Nah, and give you $1.50.
And now Contra unit again with a beatdown. Here comes more officials.
Barrington Hughes, your streak ends.
The mighty will fall.
We are Contra Unit.
Welcome to Kenya, my guy, and the most important to this school.
Thank you, bro. Yo, what up, Africa? What it do, what it does, what it done, what it did. It's your boy, Super Producers.
Can we get on with the lesson, please?
My name is Jules with a Z, but you can call me Juju.
Wacha pompafu. Julia, you are Julia. In fact, Mr. Man, call her Julia.
Solendan, Mashambiki.
I mean, they got the voice, but look at her. She got the looks, bruh. And the video is all about visuals, bruh. Visuals.
Good morning, the 10th of February 2022. You're tuned to Good Morning Kenya right here on KBC Channel 1. I'm Regina Manyara. It is exactly 180 days until President Uhuru Kenyatta's term comes to an end in as far as the general elections slated for August 9th this year are concerned. Some of the critics of his government have come out to say that this is likely going to be the toughest 180 days of his tenure at the top. Furthermore, talking about a year that is facing lots, we're still trying to recover in as far as matters economics are concerned. And this year alone, we're going to have 4 national examinations. According to the Ministry of Education, we are ready for the examinations. That and so much more will be coming on as we focus on those stories that have been making headlines in the last 24 hours. You are in good company. So if you're not able to actually watch this from our television from wherever it is that you are, we are online. We are digital too. You can find us on our various social media platforms, including Facebook Live and YouTube Live as KBC Channel 1. We are streaming. I'm Regina Manyara, and I'm also open to your feedback. You can get me on Twitter at Ray Manyara, and the official station handle is at KBC Channel 1. Now, without further ado, let us look at those stories that have been making headlines. Remember, they're also available on our website, that is www.kbc.co.ke. Now, Cabinet Secretary in the Ministry of Water, Sanitation and Irrigation, Cecily Kariuki, on Wednesday joined the growing list of public officers who have resigned to seek elective positions. Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries Cabinet Secretary Peter Munya, however, refuted claims that he's resigning as he bid farewell to his principal secretary, Professor Hamadi Boga, who is venturing into politics. Munya says he's still at Kilimo House.
List of state officers stepping down to pursue elective politics continue to grow Wednesday as a number of officers complied with the February 9th deadline. At Kilimo House, Agriculture and Livestock CS Peter Munya bid farewell to his PS Professor Hamadi Boga, who is leaving the position to seek the governor's seat in Kwale County.
I handed in my resignation letter to His Excellency the President, and I feel I can serve the people of Kenya and the people of Kwale better as the governor.
Munya using the occasion to confirm he is staying put.
At this point in time, the best strategic decision I can make is not to go and run for Governor of Meru.
This is Aziz Water Sanitation and Irrigation counterpart at Maji House, Cecil Kariuki, tendered a resignation ahead of the August 9th general election.
Marks my last day for me as a Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Water, Sanitation and Irrigation in the Republic of Kenya.
Others who formally left office on Wednesday to seek elective posts include Transport CS Chris Obure.
I intend to offer my candidature for the position of Governor, Kisii County.
Acting Chief Executive Officer of the National Drought Management Authority, Sunya Ore,
actually resigned and joining politics, and I will be running for the position of Governor, Marsabit County.
And Chief of Staff, Meru County, Gideon Kimathi.
We will continue keeping up with that. Remember that these particular resignations are going to heavily affect, our political scene that changes with every day. So we're going to be keeping up. Now, crossing over to matters education, the Cabinet Secretary, Professor George Magoha, has dismissed threats by the Kenya Kwanza Alliance to scrap the competency-based curriculum if they ascend to power. Magoha says such campaign promises are detrimental to Kenya's education system and that the CBC is here to stay.
Speaking when he commissioned a new junior school block at Umoja Primary School in Limuru, Kiambu County, Education Cabinet Secretary George Magoha told of politicians opposing the implementation of the competence-based curriculum.
Nobody is going to dare, it doesn't matter who he is, to take our children back. You can back out there, but you're not going to take a grade 6 child back to standard 1 to start preparing for KCPE. The country is not going, the mothers are not going to allow you. Who do you think you are? Tell me. Because these children have gone through 6 years, actually 7 years of CBC from, actually even 8 years, because they start from PP1. So how do you think you are going to take them back to a new, that you can now start and go and do another exam?
Magoha put on notice head teachers who are still charging school tuition fees, saying the government had already disbursed 798 million towards the funding of the same.
Anybody who finds a teacher asking for tuition fee should report the matter to the Kenya Police Service. Let's stop crying. Let's stop crying like this. It is not allowed, because the government provides free education, compulsory free education in primary school for everybody. So, and we pay.
The CS further said that the construction of classrooms for the CBC curriculum is well on schedule, adding that they aim to complete the construction by end of President Kenyatta's term.
We have over 700 that are complete. And we have about 2,000 which are at roofing level. So my problem is going to be how fast I'm able to pay them. I'm actually overwhelmed because they are 2 weeks ahead of time.
On to matters politics, Deputy President William Ruto and Amani National Congress leader Musalia Mudavadi have dismissed the newly unveiled Democratic Action Party of Kenya, terming it an Orange Democratic Movement party splinter aimed at splitting the Western Kenyan vote. Speaking during the Kenya Kwanza Alliance campaigns in Bungoma and Trans Nzoia counties, Ruto and Mudavadi blamed a section of leaders from the region for trying to control the political narrative in Western Kenya.
Deputy President William Ruto, accompanied by Amani National Congress leader Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula of Ford Kenya, took the Kenya Kwanza campaigns to Bungoma and Trans Nzoia counties. As the battle for Western region votes heats up, the leaders who spoke in Tongaren launched a flurry of attacks against Democratic Action Party of Kenya.
Hii ni watu wametengenezewa chama, ni kibaraka ya mtu ya kitendawili. Mimi nawauliza hao wangwana, wacheni ukora. Kama nyinyi ni wanaine kamili, kwendeni ODM, msimame ODM na mtu wenu bwana kitendawili, ndio mkutane na sisi hapa Bungoma.
Na hii DAP, hii ni porojo bwana. Na wanadanganya watu ati watakuwa na pesa ya kuwapatia wafanye kampeni. My friend, hiyo mutupilie mbali. We shall not allow us to be cheated.
The clamor to succeed Trans Nzoia Governor Patrick Kahemba played out in public, with Kenya Kwanza leaders backing Kiminini Member of Parliament Chris Wamalwa to battle it out with former Rift Valley Regional Commissioner George Natembea. At the same time, the Kenya Kwanza Alliance leaders accused a section of leaders from the Western region of being behind the horse of Ford Kenya Party.
Kuna watu wengine wachache ati wanatumiwa ati kutugawanya. Hawa watu wametengenezewa chama. Mimi nauliza nyinyi, mkiona huyu mtu wa kwenu hapa, huyu Eseri na Eugene wanaweza kutengeneza chama?
Kwa muda wa miaka miwili Ford Kenya ilikuwa inapambana kotini na kwa ORPP, inapambana kotini na kwa ORPP, alafu baadaye wanatoroka kwenda kwa DAP. The strategy was simple: destroy Ford Kenya or slow them down so that they can now have another avenue.
Still on politics, politicians allied to the Azimio la Umoja movement have defended President Uhuru Kenyatta over his stand on the ongoing succession politics. Led by ODM Deputy Party Leader and Mombasa Governor Hassan Joho, the politician said the head of state is at liberty to endorse anyone he believes will carry on with his legacy. Weekly for Catch reports from Siaya County.
On Wednesday, the Azimio la Umoja took its campaigns to Siaya County.
Nataka munionyeshe ninyi watu ya Siaya kwamba tutashikilia baba awe rais wa 5 wa nchi ya Kenya. Nionyesheni kwa mkono.
Here, the group tore into the Deputy President William Ruto and his allies over their repeated onslaught on the president and his choices ahead of the poll.
Anybody who is trying to imagine that Baba can be anybody's project is deceived. He is a coward, he is a loser, and I want to remind William Ruto and his team that Baba is a man who has walked this journey through his life. Therefore, Baba will never be anybody's project. Mimi nimetoka mali ambaye heshima ni kitu ya maana sana. Wamasai wanasema kichwa, shingo haiwezi pita nini? Kichwa. Mimi nasikia watu wa Ruto wakitukana rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Hiyo ni heshima kweli?
The leaders claimed that DP Ruto has been largely preoccupied with the politics at the expense of service delivery to Kenyans.
Yule ambaye amesaidiwa na Rais Uhuru Kenyatta kuwa naibu wa rais, lakini kwa miaka 5 hajaingia ofisi kufanya kazi. Kazi yake ni kuzunguka, utapeli, uongo, matusi. Wakenya hawataongozwa na mtapeli.
Mwanasiasa mkweli, mwanasiasa mwenye kuweka ahadi, anayependa Wakenya kwa hali na mali kama Raila Amolo.
When we are doing the voter mobilization, na tukakubaliana na nyinyi mtachukua kura. Na nikawaambia hiyo ndio siri yetu, na kama mnataka baba akuwe the 5th, lazima tuchukue kura. Kwa sababu hiyo ndio risasi yetu.
The Azimio la Umoja Brigade called on Kenyans to shun leaders with questionable characters. The group will on Thursday take the Azimio message to Vihiga County before holding a series of campaigns in Busia, Migori and Homa Bay County.
A section of members of the Orange Democratic Movement has accused the party for stifling democracy. The group, which is allied to presidential hopeful Jimmy Wanjiga, says ODM must listen to the voices of dissent and reject any move to deliver the party's presidential ticket to a pre-selected candidate.
Within the Orange Democratic Movement party is looming, with a section of members now calling for the suspension of the party leader Raila Odinga. The members claim that the party leader has failed to follow due process in his decision to enter a political truce with President Uhuru Kenyatta.
We note that party leader entered into political agreement with our primary competitor without any prior consultation and endorsement of the NDC. Neither the National Executive Committee nor National Governing Council of the party has power to ratify such a constitutional political decision. It is only NDC that could have deliberated and agreed on the handshake and subsequent events.
The group claims that the party is yet to agree on who is going to be the party's presidential flag bearer in the upcoming general election, a decision they insist can only be made after convening a national delegates conference.
The NDC is the body mandated to nominate the party's flag bearer. ODM has not made any decision on the flag bearer for the 2022 general election. The notice is silent on this crucial matter. We are demanding that a new notice be issued to include and list the nomination of the party's flag bearer in the agenda item for NDC. Deliberations and resolutions ODM party flag bearer will be voted and nominated in accordance with the party constitution and approved nomination rules.
The members have threatened to file a case to hold the party's NDC scheduled for 25th and 26th of February 2022 at the Nyayo National Stadium if endorsement of a flag bearer will not be included in the agenda. And SportPesa CEO Captain Ronald Karauri has declared that he is in the race to become Member of Parliament for Kasarani constituency in the August polls. Speaking at Kasarani Health Centre during the handing over of medical equipment donated by SportPesa, Karauri said the country needs leaders who are committed to prioritize the interest of Kenyans.
Nina uhakika kufika August hiyo asubuhi mbunge wa Kasarani atakuwa nani?
Matters of business is that the government is distributing range cubes to pastoralists in drought-stricken counties as millions of animals face starvation. The range cubes, which are rich in minerals, help livestock endure prolonged drought by supplying them with critical nutrients. Now, the government has set aside more than 10 billion shillings to deal with the ongoing drought situation.
Recent reports by the National Drought Management Authority indicated that more than 2.8 million Kenyans are on the brink of starvation if the ongoing drought continues. President Uhuru Kenyatta last year declared the current drought a national disaster, urging all government ministries to redirect their energies towards addressing the ongoing drought in the country. To ameliorate the situation, the government and other development agencies have started the distribution of range cubes to affected communities in various counties. Livestock keepers in Isiolo will receive at least 4,500 bags of range cubes distributed to the keepers.
We have received 4,500 bags, 50 kilogram bags of range cubes from FAO. These feeds we are distributing to 6 wards in the county. 4,500 bags, and each beneficiary will get some 4 bags.
The pastoral sector is estimated to contribute over 70% of household income in the county and employ more than 75% of the working population. Livestock keepers in the 6 wards of Sericho, Cherab, Chari, Garbatula, Oldonyiro and Garamara in Isiolo County that have been hardly hit by the prolonged drought will receive highly nutritious range cubes to help resuscitate the most affected animals that are on the verge of death. The FAO Deputy Director General Beth Beckdole and the UN Kenya Resident Coordinator Dr. Stephen Jackson flagged off trucks that will help in distribution of the feeds across the 6 wards of the vast county of Isiolo.
We can continue to be supportive to you to provide these kinds of resources to the ASALs, to the pastoralists, to the farmers that are most in need. But as you've said, also importantly, provide the training, provide the cash transfers, the other kinds of technical assistance that's needed.
Range cubes are highly nutritious and have the ability to improve the body condition of emaciated livestock, with a single adult cow requiring only 2 kgs of the nutritional supplement per day.
But we are also planning so that we cannot always plan for drought. We plan for resilience, how our people can benefit from all the range of support that they get within the county and the national government.
The current drought situation in Isiolo and the neighboring counties like Marsabit, Wajir and Garissa is expected to worsen in the coming months, since only the areas around Isiolo town received some inadequate rainfall in the last 2 months.
Seafarers seeking to venture into the deep seas will be required to be certified by the International Marine Organization and the Kenya Maritime Authority. Now, government spokesperson Colonel retired Cyrus Iguna says only trained and licensed persons will be allowed to offer onboard services on deep sea ships.
Kenya currently has over 2,000 seafarers who are licensed to operate in the deep seas. The government says this number is low considering the potential the blue economy can offer in terms of employment. Despite the low numbers, the government has vowed that all seafarers have to be licensed by the International Marine Organization and the Kenya Maritime Authority to be allowed to operate.
Indeed, there are certain specifications that you must be able to attain as a seafarer. Sea is not like land, where you can drive without insurance, you can drive without even like border drivers. Sea is a very complicated area, and many dangers lurk at sea.
Any seafarer who wants to venture in the deep seas, you must be certified by IMO through KMA for you to be a seafarer, to be on board any ship.
To train more seafarers, the government plans to increase intake at the Bandari and the Kisumu Marine School, which are the only institutions offering the certification.
We are looking at having 1,000 students, but remember these are IMO KMA controlled courses, so per cohort we require only 24. But if they're revalidating courses like STCW, they go for about only 20 days. 24 per cohort, so you can see if you calculated, and the fees are around 100,000. For the 20 days.
Of investment have been put into this sector. We have been able to, even the Bandari College in Mombasa has been revamped. There is now this college here, all aimed at ensuring that we are able to move our current status of exploiting this this ecosystem of the marine, life, where we can now be able to benefit from it.
Away from matters business, and we delve into the sporting arena, where this year's edition of the Magical Kenya Ladies Open Golf Tournament kicked off on Wednesday morning with a Pro AM competition at the Baobab Golf Course in Vipinga Ridge, Kilifi County. Elsewhere, Zimbabwe's leading professional, Robinson Shone, beat Kenya's most known professional Dismas Indiza in a 3-hole playoff to claim the 7th leg of the 2021-2022 Safari Tour Series at the Par 72 Current Country Club.
This year's edition of the Magical Kenya Ladies Open Golf Tournament kicks off Thursday, where upcoming and experienced players will start a fierce battle for this year's title at the Baobab Golf Course. The annual premium ladies golf event, which is part of the European Tour, has attracted 96 players from 23 nations. Kenya will be represented by 4 players, including 4 amateurs: Naomi Wafula, Mercy Nyanchama, 14-year-old Chanel Wangari, Faith Chemtai, and professional golfer Bavishar. Defending champion Esther Heinsleit of Germany will battle it out against 2010 Ladies European Tour Order of Merit winner Leanne Pace from South Africa and 2 Ladies European Tour winner Julia Engstrom from Sweden, who is making a return to the tour after shaking off a back injury. Finland's Sanna Newtonen and Germany's Olivia Cohen, who finished 4th and 5th in the 2021 race to Costa del Sol, will begin their season after securing status on the LPGA Tour. Elsewhere, Zimbabwe's leading professional Robson Shinoy beat Kenya's most known professional Dismas Indiza in a 3-hole playoff to claim the 7th leg of the 2021-2022 Safari Tour Series at the Par 72 Current Country Club. At the end of regulation play, the 2 leading pros, Robinson Shinoy and Dismas Indiza, had tied on a total of 12 under par 276. Shinoy, who dropped a couple of shots in the final round to finish 1 over par 76. Indiza also leads in the road to Magical Kenya Open, now with a total of 324 points, while Shinoy leads the regional players with 311 points, with visitor Mpwanya and Uganda's Doe Akope neck to neck for the second slot, having scored 118 and 116 points respectively.
Kiwanja imekuwa mzuri. Kiwanja vile standard ya kiwanja vile imekuwa safi kabisa, kwa sababu juu mahali wametuwekea mashimu zote zimekuwa sawa, kwa sababu ziko level. lakini kuanzia leo ndio imekuwa kwa mbaya. Jana na leo imekuwa kwa mbaya, vile sio sana, lakini kiwanja yenyewe ukipiga mpira unasimamisha mzuri.
I struggled with my driver through the week. It's been giving me a very hard time, but I managed to finish strong.
Action now switches to the home of golf, Muthaiga Golf Club, this coming Sunday, where the Par 71 course, which is also hosting the Magical Kenya Open, will stage the 8th leg in the series.
Now that brings a closer to matters in the headlines. Remember, further details are available on our website, that is www.kbc.co.ke. But we're not done yet. Being Thursday is a new Friday, we have so much in store for you, including what we have in our various dailies and a bit of entertainment. You can also grow into our watches list, or rather grow our watches list. I can see you already, some of you already sending your feedback on our various social media platforms, including Edwin Mutembei and Dennis Chebitoy, Tom Mwema there, Jackson Kehara there. Thank you very much for watching. Remember that we're streaming live on our various social media platforms, and our Twitter handle is open to your feedback at KBC Channel 1. We take a quick breather before we sample the newspapers as well as Speak Matters Entertainment. Do not go away.
The person who inspired me was Baden Powell. He inspires me because he was a good teacher.
Today I'm going to show you guys on how to make barbecue chicken.
Hadithi yetu ya leo inajiita Kima, Mtukutu na hadithi nyingine.
Give Papa a proper coffee in a proper coffee in a copper pro.
Tusirudi nyuma kwa mipaka na nchi kufungwa. Tusirudi kwa biashara na shule kufungwa. Kwa kutoweza kukutana. Kwa kutengana na tuwapendao. Tusirudi nyuma.
Na kuhitaji unikinge, pata chanjo.
Ili tuendelee na maisha vizuri.
Na kuhitaji unikinge, pata chanjo.
Na kuhitaji unikinge,
pata chanjo.
Na kuhitaji unikinge,
pata chanjo.
Na kuhitaji unikinge, pata chanjo.
Ili tuendeleze maisha bora kwa ajili ya wapendao, nchi yetu na usoni wetu. Kwa ajili yetu sisi sote. Pata chanjo. Kaa chonjo. Kuhakikisha nchi yetu na uchumi wetu umestawi katika uwazi. Tusirudi nyuma.
Hizi zili ndongo ndo zinaharibu map.
Can you stop shouting? My love, I'm leaving shortly.
Okay, babes. But my love. Nini mbaya na wewe? Mama Felix doesn't call you that.
Are you not the same person who says there are no permanent enemies?
What do you want, Christy?
I need you.
Uende ukatafuti wanawake huko kwenyu uwaoe. Juu mimi narudi streets.
Mark, I told you.
This is purely business.
You don't listen, do you?
Baba Felix.
There is nothing there to be proved, Wakili.
In a court of law, it does.
You fools.
welcome back to the program. In case you are just joining us, karibu tena sana. This is Good Morning Kenya. I am Jane Wamboi. Would love to know where you are watching us from this morning. So check in on our various social media platforms. The hashtag you can use on Twitter is Good Morning Kenya. Our official station handle is at KBC Channel 1 across the socials. We now want to get started with just a quick look at what the papers have for us today. As always, I have a copy of the Daily Nation. Not many stories have been featured here, but starting with the main read, it is harvest season. It is harvest season for the grand coalitions, given so many people, or rather most of the state officers and government employees as well have resigned and declared their intentions to run for the various elective positions. And of course, most of them have already associated themselves with the different political parties. And looking at the 19 government officials that had resigned by last evening, Azimio La Umoja has 10 of them who have declared they will be vying for the different seats with their ticket. UDA has 6 members have already associated themselves with that, and Oka has one individual, that is Wavinya Ndeti, who has identified with that political party. 2 are yet to make their political party known, but that will be done in due time. The other story is in concern to Joho, as he eyes richer pickings in the national stage, given he is a second-term governor, and critics are saying that most of his hopes lie with ODM leader Raila Odinga actually becoming the president, and therein he will stand a higher chance of getting a government position somewhere, given he has always been an adamant ODM and Raila Odinga supporter since the very first time he debuted into the political scene back in 2004. Moving on to education, CBC will be the end of cheating, says Magoha. CBC will be the end of cheating, given the practicality of this particular system compared to the 844. This will, kids will not be motivated to cheat because they will be enjoying what they are being taught in school, and as well as given assessment is done along the different grades and not just waiting for the grand final grade to do the exam, which will actually just cover about 40% of the entire curriculum. And finally, universities get 214 million boost from Treasury, and this will go to 9 particular universities and colleges to just help them in given we have been seeing higher institutions really struggling to make ends meet due to financial constraints. That is the front page of the Daily Nation for you this Thursday morning. Stephanie.
Okay, good morning to you. I'm here with the Star, so let's take a look at what's making the front page. There we have DP Ruto leads Kenya Kwanza campaigns in Trans Nzoia. That is the main story. That is not actually the main story there. The main story is how IEBC will spend 41 billion poll budget, and we have this on page 4. The IEBC has unveiled details of its 41 billion general elections budget. The commission estimated it would spend 2.6 billion to review the voter register and verify voters. This translates to 120 shillings per voter. And the review is expected to remove names of dead people who resurrect on the voting day and vote and then return to their graves. The commission is also expected to contract an independent firm to audit the voter roll. The final register is expected to be gazetted on May 2nd. And they've given a highlight of the budget, the IBC budget, which I'll quickly take you through. We have 5.3 billion, which has been assigned to information and communication technology, 2.7 billion for voter register verification and audit, 1.7 billion for voter education. We have 2.5 billion for poll official training. We have 648 million, that's for meals or during the election day for the officials. We have 186 million, that's million for tents. 7.5 billion for general election materials, 4.2 billion for legal and compliance services, 588 million for COVID-19 protocols, and 555 million for security, and lastly 6.1 billion for wages. So that's how they've distributed it. You can get more details when you get to the paper that is on page 4 and 5. To a different matter, we have tension as witness recounts Kenjakoma's brothers' last moment. These are the brothers who were sadly killed, alleged to be killed by police officers last year during the lockdown. We have this story on page 9 where a friend recounts the last day, and it's quite sad. The friend, who is John Jeru, who was the first witness to take the stand in the hearing of the murder case against the 6 police officers accused of killing Emmanuel Ndwiga and Benson Ndwiga. These are the Kenjakoma brothers. Say that they had just gone out. The 2 brothers were not actually drinking. There were 4 of them. The two brothers who were killed were not drinking. And then they got out of the club at around 10:01. And then that's where the 2 brothers met their fate when they were running actually away from the police officers, but the 2 brothers were caught and taken into the police car, and from there on we know what ensued from there on. So these 2 witnesses are giving an account of the last moments, and we're just hoping that justice will be served for this family. Another story is that Mtwapa dad picked from his home by armed men, never to be seen again. This is a man who was abducted just when he got to his home by some men who were already strategically positioned just before he came home. And his wife, who is Jamila Hassan Suleiman, says she's scared for her life and that of her 7 children. Well, the man abducted is Nasoro Mohammed Ali, who is 43. And the Star has learned that Mohammed, who's a carpenter, had previously been arrested on suspicion of being a member of Al-Shabaab. You can get the full story there on page 2. Also, on the front page, we have, on Voices, we have Wycliffe Muga, who says, let elected leaders benchmark, something that they've been doing, but something that the citizens don't really like. So he supports the leader, saying that they should be allowed to benchmark. We'll get into details later on. Doreen, to you.
All right, so let's come to the PD. And even as public servants, CS and CASs go to resign on Tuesday, at least by Tuesday of this week, and this is for those who are vying for elective positions. The same has also been mentioned about teachers. This is by the Teacher Service Commission, and they've said for those that are seeking to vie for any elective positions need to follow what their counterparts are doing and also get to resign. And even as that is happening, at least there's a reprieve for MCAs. And this is after electoral agency boss advises the ward reps to not to quit. And this, the MCAs also, it's in addition to the president, the deputy president, as well as MPs who have been who actually would not be able to resign if at all they want to vie for elective positions. So the resignation was only specific for public servants, CS and CAS. There's a bit of reprieve there for ward reps, as well as the president, the DP, and the MPs. And as a Kenyan, are you ready for NHIF contributions to be cut from your mobile money? Well, if this new proposal gets to become law, then that is going to be the case. And this is why the Health Cabinet Secretary, that is Mutai Kagwe, is in talks with Safaricom and other telecoms on this new proposed system. Remember, there's been a lot of push and pull in respect to this particular proposal and whether it should not or not pass. So if at all it becomes bill, that could just be the case, and Kenyans will be forced to perhaps pay for these contributions via their mobile money. Away from that, to some bit of matters education. Now the CS for Education, that is Magoha, says that politicians should keep off CBC. Remember that sometime over the weekend, the Kenya Kwanza Coalition mentioned that if at all they get elected come August 9th, part of what will be a part of their agenda is to do away with CBC. And they said is because enough consultations were not done, and this is also being a burden to most parents. Now, this is why the Education Cabinet Secretary is now telling politicians when they go about politicking, they should just stick to their agendas and keep off matters education, specifically CBC, given the fact that it is taking a good course and it is going as per how the ministry planned it. And lastly, the DP says that Raila is too old to lead a country, and this he mentioned yesterday while in Bungoma as he's continuing to popularize his bid. And part of also what came out yesterday is the fact that saying that Kenya has a lot of challenges that only a young and vibrant leader can be able to tackle and ensure Kenyans can be able to at least move past these challenges. And the former premier is not the best person to handle this. So that is how, that is what he said, and that is how the front page of the PD looks like. Ray.
Being the 10th of February 2022, I have a copy of the Standard. The front page is all about politics and the 100 days left in Uhuru Kenyatta's tenure. According to critics, as well as critics of this government, as well as this particular scribe this morning, just goes further to detail what is on the president's slate with 180 days to go. They have termed it the last lap, from efforts to manage succession, cement his legacy, run affairs with a shrunk cabinet, and implementation of a final project. President is juggling so many balls in his last 6 months in office. What is on the president's agenda includes appointments. That is smooth running of government by filling posts that were left vacant following that directive by IEBC. Those who are running civil servants and public officers who are running for elective office come August 9th. Legacy. You've heard the president one too many times saying that, yes, he's keen on having his legacy, complete, so to leave something behind so that the history books do not judge him ill or wrong. So he has a legacy to maintain. Then also projects, remember one of them, or rather a major one, being the Big Four agenda, that is affordable housing, universal health care, food security, and manufacturing, so to speak. Election, ensure the polls are free and fair for peaceful and united country. Remember also the handshake has been quite pivotal in as far as the country's peace is concerned. And now the delicate twist and balance, matters of succession politics. Push to ensure that his preferred Azimio wing becomes the formidable force. All this has been captured on the front page of this particular daily. And talking about succession politics, the question is, why do Kalonzo and Mudavadi numbers matter? Why do they matter? Are they the proverbial kingmakers? Well, this follows the release of the IEBC voter numbers. Remember, registration is still ongoing. A little bit not mass, so to speak. It's going to be taking place in the 290 counties at the Huduma centers there. And now Wiper and ANC leaders emerge as the possible kingmakers who could determine Kenya's 5th president in the August 9th general election. Matters of exams and such when it comes to education also have found a slot on the front page of this particular daily, where the Cabinet Secretary, Professor George Magoha, maintains that the 2021 examinations are ready. Details are soon to follow. Then also matters of succession politics, looking at the county of Kisii. Now, in this particular article, clan and party to decide the next Kisii governor. The incumbent is none other than James Ongwae. Talking about matters of Safari Rally Classic that reaves off today, the East African Classic Safari Rally reaves off today, also has found itself on the front page of this particular daily. Remember, KBC Channel 1 news desk is going to keenly focusing on this and so much more. I'm Regina Manyara. I wish you a pleasant viewing ahead.
Keep abreast of the developments live from the National Assembly and the Senate.
On our members of parliament.
The questions.
When is the construction expected to commence?
The motions.
Beg to give notice of the following motion.
The debate.
Will as many as want to say aye?
The statements.
A statement on an issue of general topical concern.
The petitions.
Order number 4, petitions.
Stay tuned to KBC Channel 1 and Radio Taifa for live proceedings from both houses of parliament from Tuesday to Thursday. Live, uncensored, unedited. KBC, your national broadcaster.
Wiki hii kwenye mkulima tutaoka mkate kisha tuteremshe na yogurt.
Hii mkate yetu ni tofauti. Unajua ni sisi tunafunza. Kwa hivyo yetu sana sana si ya biashara. Hatuweki preservative.
Huwezi tengeneza kama hujaipasteurize. Ya lazima uchemshe hiyo maziwa. Na pia juu mwishowe ni kukunywa tutakunywa. Kawaida hatukunywangi maziwa raw, tunataka maziwa yenye imechemshwa.
Basi ungana nasi Jumapili saa 9:30 hapa KBC Channel 1 kwa mseto kamili.
Bwana yangu iko hapo, mimi niko fire kitu. Ona hiyo gari yangu. Gari yake amekuja. Acha na mimi hapana shika mimi wewe kana.
How do you know it was me? It could be my twin or my sister. You know, Indians, we all look the same.
Hapana bwana. No, don't put things in my mouth bwana.
Nani anasema assistant husband?
Badala anguse huyu mama na akalie. Ashindwe kuamuka
hata mimi iko kuja tandika wewe hapo. Nani iko tandika mimi ya? Mimi hapa niko blanket wewe kasema tandika.
Uwezi lalia, uwezi nikalia kichwa hata.
Hata hapo mtu wako slide iko kama egg, hapa niko hata nywele.
Hii mdomo yako uwezi funga kidogo.
Ziko pilipili.
Pilipili inawasha. Kwa hivyo uwezi nyamaza.
Hapana iko.
Mundos divididos por una sombra de traición.
But little by little, I'm beginning to put the pieces of the puzzle together. I'll find out what happened that night, and to be honest, things are not going to look good for you.
What if instead of having Alonso as your enemy, you can turn him into your friend? Maybe even more than friends. You're someone important to me. Except that
you don't love me.
I would like you to forgive me for whatever I may have done to offend you. Everything seems to be duly registered.
No, I don't believe everything's legal, attorney. There has to be something.
We'll know what I'm talking about soon enough. When your girlfriend takes off her mask, you will remember what I said.
Lying heart. Fue sembrando el veneno y la ambición.
Twenty-seven minutes past 7 a.m. Let's quickly look at how Kipani Road is looking like this morning. Heavy kind of traffic on this particular stretch as you leave the Globe roundabout, heading over to areas of Wayakiwe. This is how the section is looking like, specifically on that lane, leaving areas of Wayakiwe, some sections just around Uhuru Highway as well, areas of Kikuyu, Kino as you head over to the city center. But again, also remember, oftentimes Kipani Road is always a good alternative route for those coming to the city center via Wayakiwe or leaving areas around Westlands. We also know fully well that Expressway is still clearly taking shape, so obviously this is what we'd be expecting to see on this particular slip road. Like I mentioned, it's always an alternative route, so perhaps good number of vehicles are using this particular stretch, and this is why there's this kind of traffic just before you get to the roundabout there. On the other side, as you leave the roundabout, heading all the way to sections of Kipani Road there before you get to Ojiji Road and sections of Parklands, on that entire entire stretch, no traffic at all, moving at a very swift pace. The same continues up until areas of Forest Road there before you get to Parklands. Again, remember also around this area there had been some bit of construction there, road constructions, just to try and at least make sure there is the traffic congestion on most of these slip roads, given the fact that there's quite a number of them just as you leave sections or areas of Waiyaki. With this is how it is looking like. Again, a slight build-ups there around that mini roundabout, that is the Ojijo roundabout there, just a slight traffic building up on that particular area. In fact, it's actually throughout the entire roundabout, but a cocktail of the different colors clearly just indicating the intensity of the traffic around that roundabout. That is how it is looking like. From there out, coming through areas of Waiyaki, we're just leaving that particular section still moving at a very swift pace, no traffic at all. So it simply means if at all you're leaving areas of Westlands, you're leaving areas of Kikuyu, Kino, Parklands, coming to the city center, obviously where you'll have to make do the traffic is the section along Uhuru Highway. But if you do not want to make do with that, perhaps you can branch off through Kipande Road, because this entire section, which is our focus this morning, moving at a very swift pace, where there's just traffic and heavy kind of traffic is specifically on that section before you get to the roundabout. But again, looks like things are opening up a bit here and there, but altogether moving at a swift pace majorly on that particular stretch. That is how it is looking like at exactly 30 minutes past 7 a.m. this morning on the routes.
How do you know it was me? It could be my twin or my sister. You know, Indians, we all look the same.
Amana, Pana. No, don't put things in my mouth, Pana.
Nani anasema assistant husband?
Badala anguse huyu mama na akalie. Ashindwe kuamuka
hata mimi iko kuja tandika wewe hapo. Nani iko tandika mimi ha? Mimi hapa niko blanketi wewe kasema tandika.
Uwezi lalia, uwezi nikalia kichwa hapa.
Hata hapo mtu wako slide iko kama egg, hapa niko hata nywele.
Hii mdomo yako uwezi funga kidogo.
Siko pilipili.
Pilipili inawasha. Kwa hivyo uwezi nyamaza.
Hapana, iko
But little by little, I'm beginning to put the pieces of the puzzle together. I'll find out what happened that night, and to be honest, Things are not going to look good for you.
What if instead of having a launch as your enemy, you can turn him into your friend? Maybe even more than friends. You're someone important to me. Except
That you don't love me.
I would like you to forgive me for whatever I may have done to offend you.
Everything seems to be duly registered.
No, I don't believe everything's legal, attorney. There has to be something.
We'll know what I'm talking about soon enough. When your girlfriend takes off her mask, you will remember what I said.
Lying heart.
Fue sembrando el veneno y la ambición.
Can you stop shouting? My love, I'm leaving shortly.
Okay, babes. But my love. Nini nimbana, Mama Felix doesn't call you that.
Are you not the same person who says there are no permanent enemies?
What do you want, Kristen?
I need you.
Uende ukatafute wanawake huko kwenyu uwaoe. Juu mimi narudi streets.
Mark, I told you.
This is purely business.
You don't listen, do you?
Baba Felix.
There is nothing there to be proved, Wakele.
In a court of law, it does.
You fools.
What is better than a friend who's around? But what is worse when there's no one around?
Yes, sir. On the move. 1, 2, 3.
The person who inspired me was Baden Powell. He inspires me because he was a good teacher.
Today I'm going to show you guys on how to make barbecue chicken.
Hadithi yetu ya leo inajiita Kima, Mtukutu na hadithi nyingine.
Give Papa a proper coffee in a proper coffee in a copper pro.
A glimpse of the effects of climate change. Marilla River in Marsabit County serves more than half of the population here, but it's completely dried up. After a whole year of barely any rain, thousands of people on the north are facing severe hunger or starvation.
90% of the, or we can say even 99% of the water which are being used in sides of Songa, even in the areas like Padasa, are normally gotten from the forests. There are some catchment areas, some springs, which they normally collect those water and getting them.
Climate change experts are now calling this a climate change famine.
This area usually experiences a kind of perennial drought that normally hits so hard, and at the end of the day bring even conflicts among its community because of a scramble over grazing lands.
In this part of Marsabit County, there is nothing left to eat for residents. Nearly every day, they wake up to this. These animals are wasted away and dying from hunger and disease.
Kama una pesa huwezi kununua maji, hiyo ni shida. Kuosha nguo, sasa hakuna maji.
Joyce Dafaradai has lived here for years. Disturbed by the way the forest in her village has been depleted, she started tree nurseries using her own time and money to save the forest around her and make a difference.
Hatupati mvua, mambo ya climate change, mvua inakosekana hata 3 years.
Na shida tena kuenda forest unakamatwa na watu ya Kenya Forest.
In 2006, she introduced a group of women into the practice.
Tukaona sio fema, sisi tuko na mikono, tuko na akili, tuko na ujuzi, tuko na maji, tuko na ardhi. Tukasema wacha sisi badala tunaenda kununua huko mbali, ambayo tunatumia hata transport kuenda kutafuta miche kwa mbali, wacha sisi tujianzidishe yetu. Niliweza kuchangisha pesa kila mama shilingi 20. Tukanunua miche 500 seedling. Tukaweza mimi nikapanda 50, nimejinunulia 50 nikapanda kwa plot yangu. Na shule tukapandia pia.
The Faradai and her group would later voluntarily start helping the Kenya Forest Service take care of the Marsabit forest through rehabilitation by introducing indigenous trees. This forest is a critical water catchment area for the Marsabit community, and its restoration brings hope to the already arid and drought-stricken area.
Apart from just doing farmer-managed natural regeneration within the forest, they also practice it back at home, and at the same time also doing tree planting. They have their own nurseries. They do fruit tree planting, which of course contribute to nutrition to their families. These women have become grassroots leaders in Marsabit County. They have come together to show not only how they have been affected by drought, but also what they are doing for long-term solution.
Sisi kama wamama tunaweza kujisaidia. Hatuwezi kukaa na umaskini. Tunajua venye tunaweza kujitafutia pesa.
This is Chorora Women Group, brought together by fate. With worsening drought, competition for water and grazing is growing, stoking rivalry and theft among herders. Women and their children who are left to mind some of the animals at home also find themselves vulnerable to livestock raids and left without an income when they happen. But an unusual kind of income generation is helping the situation: beekeeping. Since 2017, these women have managed beehives as a new way of earning a living.
Tukiwa na hii beehives na tukiwa na msinga yetu, nyuki huwa tunavunanga wakati ya drought tu mara nyingi. Sio wakati ya rainy season. Na hii wakati drought tukivuna hii asali, huwa inatusaidia sana. Kwa sababu hii mapato tunapata yenyewe inatusaidia.
Through their various groups, Marsabit women are changing the story of their communities. As the drought bites, they have adequate food for their families. They keep working tirelessly for better environment and overall health for all. Now they say if you want something done, then ask a woman. These women have done more than they have been asked. In a campaign led by the Kenya Forest Service and the World Vision Kenya, these women that are now planting trees in this region have taken advantage of the campaign and now keeping bees, a practice that has changed their lives in an area where drought is affecting communities here. Purity Museo, KBC in Marsabit County.
Welcome back to Good Morning Kenya. I'm Mike Itaina. Interview ya leo ni kali sana. Tuko na mwenye MC Bull. aka John Ndegwa.
Leo tuende na MC Bull.
Tuende na MC Bull. Kuna personas kadhaa zenye umekuwa nazo over your career as an actor. Lakini before tuingilie, in previous interviews umesema umekuwa na over 40 auditions before upate your big role. How did it feel to land your first big role?
Ilikuwa poa. Ilikuwa very awesome. Yes. But now sasa kulikuwa na hiyo process ya kusave. Hapo ndio watu wengi wana give up kwa maisha.
What kept you going? Nini nilifanya uende audition after audition hadi 40, over 40 actually?
Naweza sema ni passion ya mtu, ile mtu anakuanga naye. Hiyo ndio kitu inafanyanga mtu aendelee. Unajua watu wengi anaendanga audition ya kwanza, ya pili, ya tatu, akifika ingine ya 4 ama ya 5 na give up. So passion ndio inafanyanga mtu aendelee.
Now role yako ya kwanza ilikuwa Pranksters.
Yes.
Niambie about your role yenye ulipata. Changamoto gani ulipata during your role sasa?
Role yangu ya kwanza ilikuwa ya chokora. Nililala kwa pipa almost 3 hours. Yeah.
3 hours.
Nikingoja watu kwa prank.
3 hours. How did it feel?
Wangeongeza dakika nyingine moja ninge give up. But producer alisema ni sawa, iko fit. And funny enough hata haijawahi air.
Haijawahi?
Hapana.
Vile haiku air. How long did it take for you to get another role? Na ni nini bado ilifanya you kept going?
Naweza sema ni ile determination ya msee. Alafu unajua mimi nikiingia kwa industry sikuingia kama niliingia kama niko versatile. Unaona? Sikuingia kama mtu mwenye ako constrained kwa role moja. Mimi ni ule napata na director ananipatia role fulani na chapa. Kinaambia be a police officer. Chapa. Kinaambia be someone who is drunk. Sawa. So unakutaga watu wengi wanaingia kwa industry wakitaka kukua kama the official whatever roles ndizo wanataka sana. So unakuta wakipata hizi zingine waifanyi na moyo wao yote. Yes.
Na sasa growth yako as an actor, unaweza sema ni nini imefacilitate? Ulikuwa na mentor? Kuna mtu mwenye ulikuwa unaangalia ukasema I want to be like this person?
Hapo ndio kuko na usuni kidogo. Juu sasa naweza sema nilianza nilikuwa mtoto mdogo sana. Hapo ndio nilianzia nilikuwa mtoto mdogo. Nilianza hiyo passion naweza sema mentor walikuwa but sasa ilikuwa tu ni ile kujituma peke yako. Juu sasa those days back ungepata mtu mwenye unajua usanii Kenya venye nakuanga. Utapata mtu anachapa usanii but mkikutana naye ni person vitu zenye anakuambia si zenye zinaweza. So mtu atakwambia usanii ni poa Kenya but usanii hailipi. So lazima uko na kasaindaso. So that all walikuwa wanafanya. So ilikuwa mtoi nilianza tu na hiyo passion.
Na your mentor sasa walikuwa nakuambia hivyo ni usanii ni sawa lakini hailipi.
Yes. Na naweza sema sasa ndio usanii imeanza kufunguka.
And of course you're doing really well. For instance, naona uko na over 14 million views on your YouTube channel. 127,000 subscribers.
Yes.
Umefikaje hiyo level sasa ya content creator?
Hiyo naye ni naweza sema 3 years ago kuna time corona ilikam. Ni 2 years. Corona ikakuja, watu wakakaa kwa nyumba, hujui utafanya nini, production zikafungwa. Unakuta set hakuna. So ungekaa kwa nyumba tu hivyo na uko creative. Nakumbuka kuna channel nilikuwa nayo hapo nimeanzisha na basically as you can see nilikuwa nachapa vitu za mali nimetoka. Meru. I couldn't do any other maybe category ingine ama tribal jokes zingine better than
lazima ungeenda to what you know. Kenye umegrow up nayo ukiangalia.
So hapa ndo nikaanza. Naweza sema growth ya YouTube last year but one si kama sahi. Sasa unaweza fungua YouTube na within a week uko na 1,000 subscribers. Mimi niko na post video huko miezi 3 iko na 300 views.
Wow.
300.
Na sasa
saa hii naweza sema zaambia wafans asante.
Na hiyo mabadiliko lazima niulize hii mafans back at home najua wanataka kujua. Personally mimi nataka kujua as one of your fans. Umesema let's not call this character Mumeru ama mse wa Jaba. Tumuite
tumuite tu MC Bull.
Tumuite MC Bull.
Unajua kwa nini? Ningejiita tuseme Bull Murume ama Bull Meru ingeni contrain. Venye umeona kama umeona last year nimewin Kalasha. So ningejiita kama mse wa Meru kuna role siwezi patua juu tayari nishajistamp. Una get? But sasa mimi nilikuwa mtu wa Meru kama saa hii nilikuwa najiita MC Bull. Yani MC Bull ni mtu anaweza diverse. Leo atachapa jokes za Meru, achape.
Kesho akue pasta.
Kesho kutwa ni mtu wa Nduthi.
Out of all these characters we create for online, before we go to the TV side and the movie side, like you just mentioned, you won a Kalasha for your role in Kutu.
Yes.
Congratulations, by the way. Sasa hizi za content creations za YouTube. Ni character gani unaonaga una connect nayo sana sana? Kuna pasta, kuna msee wa Jaba. Ni gani MC Bulu ukifikiria hiyo character unaona ni MC Bulu huyu?
Naweza sema ni yenye niko naye hapa leo. Yes.
Na hiyo accent ni mtu ulisikia akiongea coin nayo ama
mimi ni Meru baba. Mimi ni Meru. Yes.
Just give people back at home a taste, because maybe there's some new fans but just connect with their YouTube channel. Give them a taste of Mumeru.
Kwa majina naitwa Sandra Kamidhinontora, PO Box 437 Kamekole. Yes, representing.
Nice.
Yes.
And now Kalasha.
Yeah.
You won a Kalasha award for your role in Kutu.
Yeah.
How did it feel to get that recognition as an actor finally, after all those 40 auditions, after your first role being Chokora kwa Dumpster? Now uko hapo Kalasha. Ilifeel aje?
Ilifeel poa. Although sikuwa na expect, but ilifeel fiti. Njugu hiyo category pia tulikuwa na wazito, you know. But pia nashukuru mafans tena sana. Wali come through kwa wakavote na tukashinda, but ilikuwa feeling poa sana. Poa sana.
Na life imechange after your award.
Okay, life imechange juu nimeanza kupata lot of roles zenye singepata kitambo. You know, nimeanza kupata ma script. Kuna role fulani hapa kama mcheze. So the winning imefungua barabara sana.
For the people
back then, nafikiri si kama sahi. Before your award singepata vitu kama hizo.
For instance, naona pale on your screens kuna clip yako moja on YouTube, you as a pastor. This is one of my favorite characters, because it's so random. All of a sudden unaweza kuwa tu unapata watu wanaongea, then you join in the conversation. Ni experience gani ilikufanya ukacreate hii character? Kuna mtu fulani ulimuona mahali?
Ilikuja kwa sababu ya ni mtu alini intrigue. Ali-intrigue kuifanya. Yes. Unajua huko nyumbani kuna pastor ubiri huko, wanahubiri. Okay, unasikia huyo pastor interpreter wake ako nje. Yes. Alafu unajua Meru hiyo setting ya nyumbani ni most of them the illiteracy. So unaweza kuta pastor anaelewa theology yake. But interpreter wake ni class 4 dropout. So vitu zenye anaweka hapo na anaweka na ako confidence. Yeah, so imeniambia ni mara kadhaa. Uko huko unapita unasikia pastor kitu amesema na interpreter kitu amesema, hapana. Na so huyo interpreter sasa ameisema na aka I've preached in Zimbabwe. Na pastor amepita katikati ya simba na mboya na anafanya hivi. Na ako very confident
Kenya anasema ni correct.
Funny enough, si ma content creators ukifanya kitu kama hii ukwangi ukijua kama itabamba wase. Unaifanyanga mara ya kwanza, then unapata imepata reception fiti. Alafu ile yenye unaamini sana hakuna mahali inaendaga.
Nataka the people back at home, they're very very curious about you, Mark Bull, and these characters that you've created. So acha tupate an opportunity ya kuona one of your YouTube videos, you as a pastor.
Okay.
Hallelujah. 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 The devil is a liar and a murderer. Shetani ni maraya wa makadara. I said the devil is a bad liar. Na mhubiri anasema shetani anapenda bagi na maraya.
Now that was MC Bull on YouTube. You can find him on YouTube. Nice. Now, in terms of TV, kuna a few roles umekuwa nazo. Inspector Mwala, Vashita, Anti-Boss.
Yes.
Hii experience ya acting, ni advice gani unaweza patia mtu mwenye anakuangalia, probably anataka kukujoin as an actor, as a content creator?
Naweza mwambia if you're an actor, content creator, ama mtu akona hiyo passion ya kuact, back at home. Go for it. Go for it. Na haitakuwa straight, but go for it. Kuna bumps, kuna corner nini, but at last give in, isha give in. Ukianzia ndio. Ukitaka kujua kama unaenda mbali, ikianza uone kuna okay kama experiences si azikuangi the same na kila mtu. Unaona? Maybe yangu naweza kuwa nilienda 40 auditions. Juu maybe kitu yenye ilikuwa mbele yangu ni kubwa. But saa wengine unaweza anza, so ina depend. But kama kuna content creator kwa nyumbani, usiseme utaanza kesho, anza saa hii. Yes.
Content creation, it's a slippery slope, especially these days. Kuna conversation inaendelea saa hizi online. It's with regard to music, Kenyan music. Lakini acha tuiseme in terms of Kenyan content. Do you think Kenyans tuna consume a lot of Kenyan content ama tunaiekaga kando? Like a by the way. Wakenya unishangaza sana. Wakenya they are very ni watu yani huwezi elewa. Sijui ni naweza sema ni wako diverse when it comes to content consumption ama ni nini. Juu nakutangaa kuna time inafikanga tunasema we should consume our content. Then a month later washasahau hiyo kitu wameanza consume Nigerian, South African ama piano. And do you agree with the 75% proposal?
Okay, na agree na disagree. Yes, na agree to an extent. Toeni ngoma fiti. Ngoma iko na originality. Hivyo ndo naweza sema watu wata consume. But tunakutanga wa Kenya sasa tuko diverse. Angalia sasa for example kama Mr. Seed. Ni Mkenya but the genre of his music is more of Nigerian kind of like. Unaget? So unakuta kuna watu wengine wengi wenye wanaimba genge. Kuna mwingine anaimba kapuka. So tungekuwa na hiyo nini ingekuwa fiti sana. The 75% would really make sense. But tunakutanga sasa tuko diverse. Unaona?
Now there's the other side of the conversation where people wanasema to KK 75 is like limiting ourselves. It's like closing Kenyans within a box and not really providing your range entertainment. Not giving them a choice really. Unaona? Kama ni kweli ama?
Hapana. Haiwezi, as long as kuna internet haiwezi. Nyinyi mtacheza. But kwa nyumba unapata msee hapo akifanya vitu zake saa tu. Ana stream music ya kwingine. Na uwezi anyway, I have a few friends. Yes. Anytime hata kwa gari unakuta unja maile ngoma anacheza hapo.
What's next for MC Bull?
Next niko na project mingi sana coming through. Na ningeambia my fans stay alive, yani be on standby. Yes. Kuna kitu nafanya release hii February. Yes, na okay, sitaki ku disclose. Mi ukitaka kujua vitu zangu zinakuwa surprise. Na hiyo ndio fiti. Yes. Na naweza sema hii mwaka kuna vitu mingi sana zina come. Na surprises mingi sana. Yes.
Nice. Now kuna hizo videos zenye tumekuwa tukiziangalia on social media. Kuna zingine it's a bit mature. How do you handle that reception?
The reception inakuaga. Anyway, kuna wale watu unipigia simu, kuna skiti zako zingine siwezi watch na watoto. Unaona? But behind the closed doors, that's the reality. Unaget? Siku hizi sika kitambo. Nakumbuka hizo enzi za The Bold and the Beautiful hapa kwenu mnaambiwa kalaleni. Siku hizi si hivyo. Siku hizi movies zinatoka ziko na. Anyway, mimi chenye in most of my skits zinakuanga ni reality. Unaona? Sifanyangi kitu yenye iko. So skit yote yenye nimefanya kama MC Mbu, hiyo ni kitu yenye nimeona mahali, si fiction. That's how it is. So kuna watu usema zingine zako anawaambia anyway ni sawa. As long as pale nimeweka not made for kids. Inakuanga hivyo. Juu hata sasa I guess pia wewe kuna mahali unapitianga unasikia kwa conversation hapana. Si ni watu hapana. Yes. Kwanza wewe mahali nimetoka like cussing. There's that word we use. Inakuanga very common.
Cousin.
Kuna kawadi siwezi sema hapa. Nakasemanga sana kwa skiti zangu.
I know the word.
Yes, na kuna mahali siwezi sema.
So there's of course there's certain things you can't say.
Yes. Hiyo kuna some naweza sema insult fulani Meru. They are very common. such that pastor na ubiri huko local churches.
Na bado anazisema.
Ategwe na kebo kuke na ataisema.
Wow.
Na service iendelee.
Yes. Interesting. Your divide between culture and what is acceptable na vitu zinafanyika on the ground. Ni very interesting kuona as a content creator vile unakuwa unazi package unazi provide on YouTube. Thank you so much for hanging out with us hapa. MC Bull, watu wanaweza kupata wapi on social media?
Social media ni MC Bull caps zote. Mimi ni mkubwa bwana, msinitafuta na small letters. MC Bull. Yes.
Ni mzito.
Na picha ni hii tu, hakuna ingine. Yes.
Safi sana. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yes. Nashukuru pia mafanzo wangu sana for the love. Everything I was supposed to be here, but I ran late. Najua watu pia wanampenda sana. Next time atakuwa
your sidekick.
Huyo naye. Kila mali naendaga mutafsiri yako wapi? Naambia alichoma sadaka ikaenda chini.
Safi kabisa. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here on Good Morning Kenya. If you just missed the interview, kumbuka unaweza tupata bado on social media. That's at KBC Channel 1 and of course KBC Channel 1 TV. That's on YouTube. You can go and check out the interview with MC Bull. We'll be back after this.
Can you stop shouting? My love, I'm leaving shortly.
Okay, babes. But my love. Nini mbana? Mama Felix doesn't call you that.
Are you not the same person who says there are no permanent enemies?
What do you want, Kristen?
I need you.
Wendo katafuti wanawake huko kwenyu uwaoe. Juu mimi narudi streets.
Mark, I told you.
This is purely business.
You don't listen, do you?
Baba Felix.
There is nothing there to be proved, Wakili.
In a court of law, it does.
You fools.
What is better than a friend who's around? But what is worse when there's no one around?
Yes, sir.
On the move. 1, 2, 3.
The person who inspired me was Baden-Powell. He inspires me because he was a good teacher.
Today I'm going to show you guys on how to make barbecue chicken.
Hadithi yetu ya leo inajiita Kima, Mtukutu na hadithi nyingine.
Give Papa a proper coffee in a proper coffee in a copper pro.
Juhudi za Rais Uhuru Kenyatta za kustawisha viwanda nchini zimechangia pakubwa katika kuunda nafasi zaidi za kazi na kukuza uchumi wa taifa hili. Wiki hii kwenye Project 254.
We have made a deliberate decision to prioritize the development of micro, small and medium enterprises as part of our Big Four agenda.
We've also seen under the regime of President Kenyatta some favorable legislations that are now put in place. The environment for manufacturing is now becoming more conducive to investors.
Kuna mashini zingine ziko pale zimekuja, mashini ambayo ni modern, sio kama zile za zamani tulikuwa tunatumia. Yenyewe kusema ukweli, kazi huru tumeona akiwa ametufanyia kazi poa.
hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo. Yeah. Hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo tu. Uhuru Gardens tuko jaba, wengine wako miti. Zetu ni majaman, zenu pikipiki. Leo tunaenda kanan, beba zigi mingi. Kakuna mamadam, beba sidi mingi. Ni mimi hapo back left, paparazzi wanaifanya ngumu kufanya usherati. Nakumbuka kabla nifuge manati, nilikuwa na wakunywa na ile koloni ya Versace. Squeeze a backseat, ilikuwa love seat. Smooth na manual unafikiria ni automatic. Tint kwa window muadhara ndo hatutaki. Hapa perfection tunaifanya bila practice. Mbele naona success, nafunga hat-trick. Mindo the chest kwa hicho itisha hapik. Tangu tuingie kwa hii mchezo sindo heartbeat. Nairobi City tunairan kama athlete. Dust usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo. Usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo.
Iseti hapo, ni kuhandle. Alafu kam tutoweloka kia mlango. Ni kuingize ndani ya box kama balo. Julo siwezi kubali kula tu kwa macho. Ambia Biniman mepata kuinua dancehall. After leo utarudisha weave salo. After leo na wacha armies na mavalo. Haukai kutisha fona kakukua na passport. Kitu kaini rea ichimbe ndo wipate. Mina nyash kwa hewa ni kama jet ya private. Vutia wateja ni kama wekwa magnet. Itatachwa teja hadi waitane.
Just usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo. Usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo. Just usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo. Usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo.
Kendo inabisha isi 9mm. Tint kwa dirisha usini mind nikipita. Geuze ni vichwa injili imefika. Na white tunaficha nka tunafilisika. Kendo inabisha isi 9. Tint kwa dirisha usini mind. Geuze ni vichwa injili imefika. Na white tunaficha nka tunafilisika.
Just usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo. Usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo. Usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo. Usijali, hatukujudge. Hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo tu, hapo.
Nasikia. Nasikia.
The person who inspired me was Baden Powell. He inspires me because he was a good teacher.
Today I'm going to show you guys on how to make barbecue chicken.
Hadithi yetu ya leo inajiita Kima, Mtukutu na hadithi nyingine.
Give Papa a proper coffee in a proper coffee in a cup of
Love, love, love.
Love is in the air.
It's celebrated in all phones worldwide. There is the Kenyan love.
Looks like it's Valentine's Day.
The children's love. The ladies' love.
I swear that I'm dying. Feel myself in your arms.
The gentleman's love. Love that is comic.
No money, not
dramatic.
Please don't do this to me. I have to talk to her.
Sporty. Breathtaking. techie. Whatever your choice, let it rain this February with love.
This is getting better, and best.
Only on KBC Channel 1.
Log on to the KBC website at www.kbc.co.ke to get the latest breaking news, entertainment, sports, politics, lifestyle or business trends from Kenya and around the world. Never miss new episodes from your favorite TV shows, reruns and movies. Just stream online or watch live on your YouTube channel at KBC Channel 1 TV shows. For the day's biggest stories, trustworthy news and family entertainment, log on to KBC Channel 1. Watch what you want anytime, anywhere.
Barrington Hughes has been unstoppable, but he hasn't faced Jacob Fatu.
It's gonna fly! No!
Oh. Barrington Hughes, you've been walking around MLW saying you undefeated.
He is undefeated here at MLW.
Nah, and give you $150.
And now Contra unit again with a beatdown. Here comes more officials.
Barrington Hughes, your streak ends. The mighty will fall. We are Contra Unit.
On this week's episode of Your Health, we speak with cancer survivors who will help us unpack the whole issue of the gap in caring for cancer patients in Kenya.
We went into the doctor's room and they broke the news like, this is the results, we found this and this. Your son has something called osteosarcoma. It's like a tumor, sort of cancerous, and at this point, because of the swelling and everything, the only solution is amputation.
I could go to the bathroom when I'm showering and I look at myself, I have two breasts, but then I imagine sooner or later I'll not be having one. My mom was ailing from throat cancer.
So since you were aware that cancer exists?
Yes. Yeah. And what we had seen from our mom, I think I was not ready for it.
Good morning, welcome back. This is still Good Morning Kenya and it's Entertainment Thursday, so it's all about the good vibes. If you're just joining us, you're in time for our second conversation. From content creation, we are now on Matters Music, and we have been joined by a group of talented artists. They are called the Fakers Nights. Fakers Nights, all right?
Yeah.
So they'll introduce themselves and tell us about the name. So let me start with you.
Ayo, my name is Karan Wangari, a Fakers Night member, the Kenyan Night. We are three of us, a Kenyan, a Rwandese, and a Japanese. So I'm the Kenyan Night.
Kenyan Nights.
Yeah.
What's up? I'm Fox Fredito. I'm the Rwandese Knight. And our other member who's currently not here, he couldn't make it. He is from Japan. His name is Yuta Kurokawa, or even Kuro. That's also his stage name, but he goes by Yuta Kurokawa. That's his. So I guess he's the Japanese Knight. Going through his logic.
Yeah. So where did the name come from? First Fakers.
So Fakers came from the first initials of our names.
Okay.
Where it goes like Fakers F. It was Freddy.
Fox Fredito.
Fox Fredito. I used to call myself Eggman.
There's a funny story to it.
No.
Yes,
That's a story for another day.
Interview.
Okay, just so E was for Eggman, and YK was for Yuta Kurokawa. And since the word came to fake, we couldn't call that. Yeah, it couldn't sound logical since we are a group. So we decided to put it in plural.
So fakers.
Yeah, fakers
knights. It's more of the whole medieval type of stuff, like the knights in shining armor, all that. Because I'm into that type of stuff. So when we were creating it, I just told him like, hey, why not?
Let's be the knight.
Yeah,
let's be the knights. Protect the people with music.
You're saving us with good music, okay? All right. Tell us about your group, how you guys met, because clearly you're from different countries. We'd want to know how you guys met, so tell us.
The way we met, when it comes to Karanu, it was, I used to be in another group called Young Clan when I was starting music. So while we were there, Karanu was their friend at the time. So he used to come to the studio, which I actually run my own studio. It's called Macphone Records. So that's where I didn't actually talk to him for like a year, to be honest. It was kind of awkward. It was more like the guy who just comes at the studio, he sits behind, so it was like an awkward moment type of stuff. But
he just comes, goes.
Yeah, I didn't talk to him that much because I'm more introverted. I don't really talk to people that much. So when after me and my group were just like the whole type of music, it came at a point where we broke. It's kind of a crazy story on how it happened because it wasn't a good break. But after I broke up from the group, that's where me and Karanu started like connecting more, talking more, all that. Then we started like building our friendship there. Then after there, I remember at the time, I actually was talking with Yuta from an app called Hello Talk. It's where I teach myself Japanese because I also learn Japanese myself. So when I was learning Japanese, there I was promoting one of our songs that I was doing with Young Clan. Then he DM'd me, said, yo, hey, I like your songs. Will you maybe try to do something together? So that's why we did our first project, Mastermind in Tokyo. He wasn't in the song at the time, so we just did a project, me, Young Clan, and Yuta. We did our song. Then after we broke, that's why we decided, hey, we still have Yuta's number.
Why
don't we try something out? So we decided, let's try it out, and that's why we did Rising Up, if I'm not wrong. So we did Rising Up as our first song. Our first group song. We didn't even come up with the name Fakers Nights at the time. It was Macphone.
Yeah.
So after we decided that, we went to another song called Wind It Up. Then after that, that's where we started seeing we have good chemistry in music and decided, you know what, why don't we make this actual thing? So that's why we decided, let's sit down and make a name. Let's make a group name.
Okay. And what type of music would you say your music is?
So we're not specified to one genre, but we like, when we are asked that question, we like regard to ourselves as Afro-Asian trap pop artists.
Afro-Asian trap pop artists.
Because of the mixture of languages we also do in our songs. Because when you do like Afro beats. Japanese, Rwandese, English, Swahili.
Nice. So some of your songs you have sung in Rwandese and also in Japanese.
And also Swahili.
And also Swahili.
So like for him, he mixes a bit of Swahili and English.
Swahili, English, and Kikuyu.
Hey, we haven't worked on that yet. Don't lie.
We have.
So we are supposed to expect some Kikuyu.
Something is coming.
Actually, we have a song which has Kikuyu, but I don't think he has noticed.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know Swahili.
Okay, I'm oblivious, okay. When it comes to me, I mix a bit of French, the little French I know, Rwandese and English. Then Yuta mixes with the Japanese and a bit of English. So we put a little bit of other language so people from Japan can get it. People from here and my other home places can hear
it. So it's international.
Exactly. International artist.
International artist. All right. So how is it working with Yuta, who's not here? Because I know some of your songs he's featured there. And so how is it? How do you guys work together with the production and everything?
Honestly, it's not that easy.
because of the time zone and the distance.
Yeah.
So when it comes to when he like want to do a project, we have to like inform him earlier, and it will also take some time before he sends his projects and stuff. So it's sometimes hectic because of the time zone, and stuff.
Okay. Even the same with music videos. But as you can see, when you go to our channel, we only have one music video which is featured in.
Yeah, the one Rising Up.
Yeah, because it's really, sometimes it's kind of difficult, because also with the budget and everything, we like, for him having to shoot his part, and us having to shoot our part, like you have to, if we're not using a set, he has to take a place where we can actually replicate it here, or we are supposed to look for a place which is actually going to look a bit same with Japan, so it doesn't look like off. It doesn't look that off.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And do you plan in future to go and shoot in Japan, or does he have plans to come to shoot here, you know, or do you guys have plans to go and shoot in Rwanda, since you're international, traveling everywhere?
Definitely, yes. Actually, we are working on it this year. We were planning on going to Japan and meet up with Yuta Kurokawa. And maybe do something.
Something?
Yeah,
okay, we'll be waiting.
Yeah.
And you've also worked with some other artists from other countries.
Yeah, we've worked with artists from South Africa, USA. We are working right now on a song which the Korean girl.
Yeah, there's a Korean girl we're working on.
Nigeria.
Wow.
Where else? We've done a lot of countries. France.
Yeah, because we like going from other countries.
So how is the experience of working with artists from other countries that you have not met?
It's so fun.
Because it's actually in the digital space, you know. So you guys are embracing it. How is the experience not knowing someone, you know, you have not interacted with them physically, so that it might not be the same how you guys interact with Yuta. So how do you make it work?
I think it's just it's not that hard like interacting with them, since it's like when you're on social media, you interact with other people from everyone from around the world, so it's not that hard. So you just go and ask them, hey, you're done for a collab? If they charge collabs, if we charge collab, they also come. If we charge collabs, and then we work the music out.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So your first song, that is Rising Up. There's something. Maybe I can pick from a line. You said, what did you say? Back like we never left. Trust me, we got more for you in store. So what's the deal with that? Because that was the first song. So saying that. It seems like you had broken up or something.
It's fun. It's a funny story for that one, because we actually released that song at a point where I broke up with Youngland. Let's say I was kind of petty. I was kind of petty writing that part, because at that time I was so pissed off at the time because of how we broke, because it was so bad. At a point I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna write something directed at you, and
this is for you.
This is for you. You're gonna know that these lyrics are for you.
Okay. Just to be clear, I wasn't the reason they broke up, because by then, you know, people. I know the blogs and stuff. They will come up with stories, because he said we were mutual friends with the girl, right? So people might think I came in between. I came and took him, but it wasn't like that. So they had their own stuff. They broke up, and it also affected me, since we had before he broke up with Young Clan, we first decided to like create another group called BXG Gang, which was one of the Young Clan's member, him and I. And then when they broke up with the Young Clan, when the other guy came and we did BXG, he came at a time later, he came and then betrayed us. So it also affected me. So I decided to also put myself away from them.
It was really funny on how the BXG gun actually fell, because the guy from Young Clan, the guy from Young Clan at the time, he was like, they actually had an argument with his friend, both Young Clan members. They had an argument, they broke, so that time we just decided, you know what, he's far away, let's just make a group, BXG, start. Things were going well. We shot music videos, we were recording songs, everything. Then when the guy came from where he was, he just ran to him. Nothing, not looking back. It changed. Like it was so bad. Like even went and changed the email to the YouTube channel to where we have
everything and all the social media platforms. It was crazy. But
yeah.
We had to deal with it.
The air is now cleared on that.
It's so good to get that off my chest.
You've never said that.
Going to another song, All Mine. It's a collab, but we aren't seeing the artist that you've collaborated with. Why?
Yeah, so big shout out to Crash.
Crash, yes.
Yeah. He's the one who we have featured in All Mine. So he wasn't available when we were doing the video shoot, and the director for the music video was really pushing us to shoot the video. So we had no other choice.
Like
we had to do it.
It was already set, and when we called him at the time, we tried calling him earlier to tell him that, yo, the date has been set, can you maybe come up? And he told us that he is currently not available, so there's nothing he can do. Okay. So we try to play with the whole editing stuff and the models.
Okay, so we decided to proceed, but it's a good song anyway.
Thanks a lot.
So how has been your experience since you started music? That was since you both formed a group?
In
as
2020.
A few of you, rather.
Yeah.
That was in?
2020.
2020 when Corona had come to the country. Okay. So how's the industry so far?
I can say the industry, the market here in Kenya, they are not, I think they are not ready for what we're bringing.
Okay, why?
Because honestly, we're doing like quality stuff, and when the analytics, when you look at the numbers and everything, our music is being played outside the country mostly. In France,
even when you push it here.
Yeah, even when you push it here, a lot of our fans come from Germany, France, mostly Asia and Europe. Mostly Asia and Europe. So here in Kenya, we are really trying, because people right now are starting to notice us.
But yes, we're actually at least getting some traction, which is good.
Okay, for Asia, I would understand because of your friend.
And
but
Europe.
Europe, so how does it get there?
For Europe, the way I can say on how we actually started it started going really quickly was because last year I was actually in France for my cousin's wedding. So while we were there, we actually wrote a song called Je t'aime beaucoup. It's a wedding song. You can check it out on Spotify, all that, shameless plug. But yeah, so when I was there, he couldn't go with me. So while I was there, I performed the song for people in France, all that. So after that, like the whole type of sharing, like it just started going around. That's why it started even growing more.
Yeah, but also they still were listening, because when we used to check on their analytics, they still were watching. And the reason is we're international artists.
Okay, international artists, you say. All right. So why do you think, why would you say Kenyans don't listen to your music much? Why have we not embraced your type of music?
I'd say, the Kenyan music industry, I'm not saying this in a bad way, but in Kenya, I think you must sing maybe, I won't say it in a bad way, trash.
You gotta get
not even trash, as in, let me say it in Kiswahili, lazima uimbe kitu enye itabamba wa Kenya, una get? As in something that doesn't make sense. That's, honestly.
But you're working on thin ice, my friend.
There is. Let me give you an example. There's this Yanni. Yanni is a very good artist. When you listen to the songs he has done before, they are very dope. But which song did he hit with? Leta Pombe. Like Kenyans want such songs.
Easy to cram.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that's, I think that's the reason. But also, so I think when we come up with an anthem-like song, I think people will really appreciate it more.
It would sell.
Yeah.
But you choose to remain with your style.
For us, we like writing things that we actually
as we said, we are versatile. So you can expect anything from us.
Okay.
Yeah. We even did a cowboy song.
Yeah, we've done even
like a country and trap type of song, rodeo.
Okay, all right. So any artist in Kenya that you'd like to collaborate with?
Calligraph.
Calligraph Jones, okay.
Yeah, for me, honestly, I just like his style. I feel like we can actually do something good with him, to be honest.
All right, and for you?
Nikita Kering.
Nikita Kering.
Because of your vocals.
You're best suited for that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So since you started, have you ever done a live performance since, with Corona came, lockdown and everything? So have you gotten the chance to do any live performance?
We were to perform actually in an event which was called Chill and Vibe. But because they had some issues, they were not really prepared. So their management was really not that good. So
when you're going to perform,
we attended the event, but we couldn't perform because they couldn't even pronounce our name correct. Like they were so arrogant.
Okay.
By the way, I'm not trying to sound so bad because I'm portraying a very bad character. It's okay.
The people will judge.
They're gonna get canceled.
Anyway, so you've not gotten the chance to do a live performance.
Yeah. But we're actually getting one.
This Sunday we'll be performing at Hilda Watiri's EP launch, which will be located at Sarit Center from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Okay. And the tickets go for 500 shillings.
500 shillings. Okay, there they have it. And so, what experience are you looking forward to in a live performance, since you've not done it yet? For you?
For me, it's still embarrassing for me. Yeah, I'm introverted. I'm introverted as hell. Like, I'm not good with crowds, but I'm in the music industry. It's weird.
You have to deal with it.
So for me, it's more like a push for me also to try and go out there.
Yeah.
Like to go out there. And also I want more people to actually listen to our songs, because I also want to see the actual crowd reaction to it. Because when someone comes to our studio, listens to our songs, they usually have a positive reaction to it,
true.
Even when it's raw. But now I actually want to see, like, when they're all together, how it's going to be. Yeah, I want to see if people are gonna like it, people are gonna hate it. I want to see that for myself.
Okay, you're looking forward to the reception.
Yeah,
the songs
but personally for me, I don't feel like I'm expecting much, since I've been on stage before, but not as a Fakers Night member. Yeah, I've been an artist for like 9 years right now.
You both have different journeys in music. Okay.
I've been an artist for like 9 years. I've performed in stages and stuff. Yeah, so, but it's really great performing as a Fakers Night.
Faker, and after a long time.
Yeah, and after a long time.
Should be nice. Yeah, what is your best experience performing live when you did?
I think the hype. Like
that comes with it.
It's dope.
Ladies there shouting and screaming.
Yeah, when you first go on stage, you're like very tense. But when you see the reception is positive, you're like, whoa, so I can do it.
I can flow with this.
But you find even yourself overdoing it. You find yourself even messing, because of the hype. Yeah, so, but it's really great doing it again.
Okay.
Yeah, stage is fun, though. For me, the only time I've actually been on stage, it's when I was dancing, because I'm actually a dancer.
Oh, you started with dancing.
Like, our whole music journey is very different. Yeah. For me, I started out as a dancer. I never thought that I would actually do music at all.
So how did it come about, the music part?
If you check my family background, most of them are singers. Most of them are singers. I was the only dancer.
The only dancer.
So for me, it was weird when my mom told me that you should try out singing. Try out singing. Maybe you can do it. For me, because I didn't know I could rap or anything, or even maybe sing a bit. So after a while, when I actually now got together with Karanu and Young Clan, that's why I now started like finding the passion from
you tapped into that potential, and here you are.
Yeah.
And how was your journey with music?
It hasn't been really easy. I've really gone through a lot. Honestly, I can't say it all. I have.
Tell us in brief.
From my music being from my manager stealing my music and giving my music to other artists to perform live on stage. Wow. And I had attended even the event, and I was also to perform. But I've really been through a lot, by the way.
So those are some of the challenges.
Yeah, I've been through a lot of challenges, but we thank God we are here today.
Okay. Yeah. And in music, you have, not just in music, anywhere, as long as you're in the public light, you're supposed to maintain relevance, even in content creation, in music. So how do you do that? Because people try and, to be relevant in different ways. So how do you do that?
So I can say, when you let me first explain it in this way. When you check from our music, from Rising Up to Goddess, there's an appreciation of quality and every stuff. So it's all about finance. financing your music, like investing a lot in your music. You need money to invest in your music so that you can get the perfect quality you want.
That you want.
Yeah, and the perfect quality that will be played all over. Yeah, that's how we do it.
Okay. We do release a lot of audios. For the videos, it's only more low, because audios we have like 30+ songs.
Which are posted.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for you, what do you think about, Kiki? Some people use Kiki, to stay relevant. What do you think? How do you feel about that?
Using cloud to stay honestly, in my opinion, yes, cloud is good. Yeah, but there are times when people do the most dumbest stuff to actually get noticed. That's where now I hate it.
Okay.
Like for me, I usually just post what I want or what I feel like it's good. I don't really like putting personality that's not me or doing too much crazy things. So when I see people doing like some dumb stuff, like disturbing people for no reason, like going like the most stupidest thing, the most cringiest type of stuff. And for some reason they hid from that, and that's where I actually have a pet peeve of some people who actually blow up from it, not even actually working for it. Like just blowing up, getting a name without doing anything, and here we are, like even trying hard to get Kenya to listen to our songs, and someone blows up, even let's say like just kicked a water bottle somewhere.
But honestly, when it comes to my perspective, I don't think the cloud. Okay, it's called the showbiz. But I don't think cloud chasing is necessary. Sometimes it's really embarrassing. Actually, it was yesterday I was watching this clip of this guy who was known, the 18K guy. You've seen how he was chased by KRG, and it's so embarrassing. Guy, I will be praying, please,
it's not gonna get off the internet.
Yeah, of course. And you can imagine, because of such small, such small mistakes he made. That's why it's really dawning on him really badly.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's really necessary
to do that. All right. Coming back to, you talked about finances and, from where you started and where you are, the investment. So how do you get finances? Are there other things that you do apart from music?
Okay, personally for me, I work. Yeah, I'm an accountant.
Okay.
And but for the finances, we also have a big shout out to Mrs. Jeanette. Wizeye.
Don't spell the wrong one.
Yeah, Wizeye, Mrs. Jeanette. Wizeye.
That's right, Kenyan?
Yeah. It's actually her mom.
All right. She's the manager.
Yeah.
Okay.
She really manages us really well, and she helps us a lot when it comes to
supportive.
Yeah, she's really supportive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even finances come from me. I'm also a producer, so some artists come.
You mentioned that you have a studio.
Yeah, so some artists comes. I also get our income from that. So we just put the money together
and we do our thing.
Okay. So what are we supposed to look forward to this year 2022? What do you have for us in store?
Oh, something big.
Something big. Actually, this Sunday we're actually releasing it's not even we are not actually releasing. We are performing a song we haven't released.
Okay.
And trust you.
Can we get a sketch of that?
No.
Gotta wait.
I'm trying to kutupatia kakitu before we get to that.
Okay, Okay, I don't know.
You want to give them a sneak peek?
Go ahead. Give us something.
Okay, I'll just give. It's a masquerade song. It's like a masquerade party, a ball masquerade party, a fancy masquerade party, and then we're doing like. We're dancing moves and stuff. Yeah. I wouldn't give the.
You don't want to sing a bit, the chorus part or something?
Okay, let me do. Hold my hand and dance with me. Everybody in the mood we're enjoying. Don't be corny, everybody fancy. The Makalan Lalikwi sipping. Take a step front, hop 10 back. Don't mask off, keep out of sight. Don't try chaos or you get snapped. Like a ghost, stay out of sight, out of mind.
Okay. We'll be waiting on Sunday, you've said.
It's gonna be good because of actually how we have planned it. And that's other videos that we're working on, especially with the whole traveling thing that we're planning for this year.
Yeah.
A lot of quality music videos are coming. You ain't ready for it.
We are ready. We'll be looking out for that.
You ain't ready, trust me.
Okay, and you, as we wind up, tell us about your song. What's your thing with independent ladies? Your new song, Goddess.
Okay.
Tell us, Freddie.
Okay. To be honest, that's just my type.
Independent ladies.
That's just my type.
Yes.
Why? I'm taking, you want to be treated out on Valentine's.
Valentine's
goes from the song, you went there.
But
people, ladies with their money.
For me, independent girls are much more attractive to me. Let's say that. So a girl who can handle herself.
It's really attractive, honestly. Okay,
kuitisha pesa ya fare.
Okay, kuitisha ina shida. Okay, but ya fare hiyo.
Actually, even a girl who makes her own money, I just like that.
You just like that? Okay.
Like it's not even the whole thing I want about power or anything. Like I make money, better money than I just want. She does her own thing, and I do my own thing.
Like you're not going to be spoiling her and being romantic and stuff. Of course, you'll do all that, but as long as she has her own stuff she's doing, which is giving her income. Yeah, it's really dope.
Not to be completely reliant.
Yeah, not to be completely.
That's
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not intimidated by independent.
Those are my type. Yeah.
Those are your type.
Yeah. I'm over here.
Now they'll DM you, and you've not told us your social media handles. So tell us where they can find you.
So you can find us at Fakers Nights on all social media platforms and all streaming platforms at Fakers Nights, Feykers Knights, Fakers Nights. And you can personally find me at Karanu Wangari, my music page, and my meme page at Karanu_Wangari. I never mentioned I'm a meme creator and a digital content creator.
Meme creator and a digital content creator.
Yeah.
So, okay, we'll find some of the memes up on your page.
Yeah, Karanu_Wangari for memes, Karanu Wangari for music.
I think most of the memes have actually crossed the internet.
Yeah, actually, but there I'm famous.
You're good.
When it comes to memes, but people don't really know it's me. Maybe the name.
Because you use a
name. Yeah.
They don't know the
Eggman.
face
Actually, that's where Eggman came from.
From the meme.
Oh, but let's not specifically happen to
Okay. Tutachunguza your story. And for you?
And for me, you can find me at Official Fox Fredito on all streaming platforms. I also do my own singles. You can find them on Spotify, iTunes, all that. Okay. And also you can find my dance page on YouTube. Yeah, you also have post dancing videos.
We'll get some moves or one or two from there.
Yeah.
Okay, give us something on Goddess as we close. Since you've not had your voice anyway.
I sing.
Sing for us a chorus or a verse from Goddess as we come to a close.
Verse.
Okay. She my queen for a reason, cause she make me feel like the king that I am. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go there. I think I also forgot my lyrics a bit.
Okay, give us All Mine. We'll go with All Mine.
Do Goddess, I'll support you. I'll back you up.
Come on, we want All Mine now. Goddess imekata, we want All Mine.
Goddess imekata.
Do All Mine.
Chorus, my friend.
It's you. Is it him or me?
Both of you, actually.
Oh. No, had a blink on, I'm thinking, oh, no.
Okay, let's just hear it.
This is embarrassing.
It's okay. It's understandable because we have it. So anyway, let's get to hear that. Thank you for your time, for gracing the interview section. We'll definitely want to have you more next time, as you continue releasing
next time I'm coming with
your
Utah.
songs. Okay, yes, with Utah. Tell him to encourage Bisha. So that has been Fakers Nights with us on the interview segment, Entertainment Thursday. We have more coming up, trending topics. But before that, enjoy one of his songs, All Mine. We'll be right back.
I'm sure we last on this love trip. Got me feeling high, don't know what you call between. I'm sure we last on this love trip. Got me feeling high. Nikki and a cause, maybe siwezi believe that you are all mine. Mama, you'll be fine, no why? See me fragrance, you such a vibe. Nikki and a cause, maybe siwezi believe that you are
you're a mine. Ding, you're the queen of Sheba. You been always on my mind, you will never believe that, yeah. You got my heart locked, where the keys are. All the pictures sorry together, they don't wanna see us yet. Take ass, get on this dick. Let me smash you like a G, I'm on some ganja shit. Let me call you queen, I want you to carry my kids, mama. Your love got me tripping. I'm
I'm sure we last on this lovers trip. Got me feeling high, don't know what you come between. I'm sure we last on this lovers trip. Got me feeling high, don't know what you come between. No, you'll be fine, no why. Steamy fragrance, it was such a vibe. Icky and a cause, maybe but siwezi believe that you are all mine. Mama, you'll be fine, no why. Steamy fragrance, it was such a vibe. Icky and a cause, maybe but siwezi believe that you are all mine.
Maybe I promise you there will never ever be a part. I'ma have it till I die. Can't deny. Even if you want the whole world, I will never break your heart. I'ma take you to the sky. We gon' fly high. Wanna fuck with the wall. Baby, let's make a throne. Promise to give you more. No gonna lie, roll. Start till I make a roll. Make me want some more. Love you forevermore. You're a vibe, whole vibe.
You'll be fine, no why. Steamy fragrance, it was such a vibe. Icky and a cause, maybe but siwezi believe that you are all mine. Mama, you'll be fine, no why. Steamy fragrance, it was such a vibe. Icky and a cause, maybe but siwezi believe that you are all mine.
Juhudi za Rais Uhuru Kenyatta za kustawisha viwanda nchini zimechangia pakubwa katika kuunda nafasi zaidi za kazi na kukuza uchumi wa taifa hili. Wiki hii kwenye Project 254,
we have made a deliberate decision to prioritize the development of micro, small and medium enterprises as part of our Big Four agenda.
We've also seen under the regime of President Kenyatta some favorable legislation that are now put in place. The environment for manufacturing is now becoming more conducive to investors.
Kuna mashini zingine ziko pale zimekuja, mashini ambayo ni modern na sio kama zile za zamani tulikuwa tunatumia. Yenyewe kusema ukweli, kazi huru tumeona akiwa ametufanyia kazi poa.
Little by little, I'm beginning to put the pieces of the puzzle together. I'll find out what happened that night, and to be honest, things are not going to look good for you.
What if instead of having Alonso as your enemy, you can turn him into your friend? Maybe even more than friend. You're someone important to me. Except that
you don't love me.
I would like you to forgive me for whatever I may have done to offend you. Everything seems to be duly registered.
No, I don't believe everything's legal, attorney. There has to be something.
We'll know what I'm talking about soon enough. When your girlfriend takes off her mask, you will remember what I said. Lying heart.
kuficha na tena umeninasa nasa na mimi wewe ni nyota. Sina swaga miza konde boy, eti wanna stand me watch. Niko serious playboy, baby boo, umenigusa. Tena ufanani nao, kimombile takitubia wendani nao. Na mapigo yangu moyo, hata sito kiniricha. Nilikuona bafo, bafo. Usinione wafo, ukanisusa. Nilikuona bafo, bafo. Usinione wafo, ndani moyo wako ukanifuta. Wewe wanani we, kwani wanani? Wewe wanani we, chui wanani? Wewe wanani we, yani hata ukivimba bado unapendeza. Wewe wanani we, kwani wanani? Wewe wanani we, wewe wanani we, fanani na kuvimba yani umeniweza. Penzi sikufosi, wenda kwa hiari. Sije kajikoki, nikaumia. Kama tatizo pochi, tell me mami. Na michongo milioni so ya laki, nitagaramia. Nataka tuwele kwenye ngalawa ya mapenzi. Na penzi linoge, nikupe, nikutungie tenzi. Na nyimbo kuimba. Mambo ya kapchino, kapchino, baba. Mambo kapchino, kapchino. Nikupeleke mazani, tujene baba. Nige mwangani. Nilikuona bafo, bafo. Usinione wafo, ndani moyo wako ukanifuta. Wewe wanani we, kwani wanani? Wewe wanani we, chui wanani? Wewe wanani we, yani hata ukivimba bado unapendeza. Wewe wanani we, kwani wanani? Wewe wanani we, wewe wanani we, fanani na kuvimba yani umeniweza.
Mina kuchagua wewe, wewe uwe wangu, mume wangu, baba ya watoto wangu.
Kupendwa nawe majaliwa, kukuoa ni baraka. Mshikaji wangu wa maisha, oh baby I love you.
And for you, ninabadili mienendo yangu baba.
Baby for you, nina ukimbia ujana mama.
Nijenge boma nawe, zae watoto nawe, walee pamoja nawe, zereke pamoja nawe.
Nataka nijenge boma nawe, zae
I absolutely love that song. Chagua la Moyo, Sanaife Itande and Otila Brown right there, playing right here on Good Morning Kenya. Karibu sana to the program. We are still on this entertainment trend, and of course, as we do it every Thursday, which we call the New Friday. You know, Thursday is our New Friday. Up under Good Morning Kenya, it is everything entertainment. And of course, we'd love to know unatupata ukiwa pande gani, so use the hashtag Good Morning Kenya. Check in. It's never too late. Even if we are drawing closer and closer to the end of the program, we absolutely appreciate that you are with us. So right now, we are moving to the next segment. Udaku Sesh. This is our trending topic segment, just getting to share some of the stories, and we also welcome you to share with us your thoughts in regards to this. So one, I want us to start with the most recent incident that we have seen, and this involves Eric Omondi. All right. So you guys remember last year he has been on this conversation about playing Kenyan music and Kenyan content. Started sometime last year. He went to Parliament. At some point he was arrested. Akatulia kidogo, waiting for the bill to be passed and all to be tabled to start with. So up until yesterday, he was escorted to the Parliament building in a transparent case of sorts. Bodyguards of course wamembeba na akasema he will set camp there until this bill is passed. Na hata kula, hata oga, atakunywa tu maji mpaka hiyo bill ipasiwe when it comes to playing more Kenyan content on the media. Guys, first of all, what comes to mind ukisikia Eric Omondi? Cloud chasing. Cloud chasing. There we go.
Interesting.
D.
Relevance. Let me just say this even before we get to Mike. I feel like Eric Omondi has gotten at a point whereby there's no more content. Unajua usanii sio rahisi.
So kuna cloud pia unaona hivyo.
It's just like, what can I do to I mean, all these years he has been in the entertainment space. Why hasn't he been championing for playing Kenyan music? This has been a conversation for the longest time.
Shikili hapo D, before I know you're about to go all out on this guy, but let me also hear from you, Mike. When you hear about Eric Omondi these days, what comes to mind?
Eric Omondi, I think, is one of the hardest working entertainers in Kenya. Watu wanasema ni cloud chasing, but this is what Hollywood really is. Working hard. You know, you have to, it's not cloud chasing. You have to be in the magazines, you have to be in the tabloids, and you have to create content to be relevant just before you release your content.
You have to create content. Actually, let me just throw it one way before we get to you.
Cheza kama wewe.
And I think I was telling you, was it on Monday that there's, if you read 48 Laws of Power, I think it's rule number 6 thereabout. I'm forgetting how it goes, but it's something like whatever you can do, whether good or bad, just make sure we get to know about you. Make sure you are relevant. So inaweza kuwa kitu mbaya, nonetheless, bado tunakujua.
But why would you be in the light for something that, you know, why would you get relevance for something that is not good?
Mike said it's Hollywood, but
well, they say there's no bad publicity.
Good is relative. When we're saying good is relative. Because we've seen his content. We all know Eric Omondi's videos. We've watched them on YouTube and online on the social media platforms. So when you say good, it's relative. Depends on who's watching. Because not, you know, the demographics are vast and wide.
But
so it depends.
Actually, Eriko amekuwa kwa industry entertainment for the longest time. Mbona hakuwa anatetea hawa wasanii? Na tumesema tu usanii ni mbona hakuwa anaanza kusema venye tunacheza hizo ngoma hizo time when he was still there? Why just now? Me, I feel, let me say again something. It's just like the way we are having a lot of artists going to politics and vying for different elective positions. Good number of Kenyans are saying is because muziki imekuwa ngumu, they no longer have content or there's no money in that space. So which other alternative can we use? And for good number of them, they're getting into politics, as some Kenyans are saying. I think it's the same concept as Eriko. Maybe content in Aisha. So which other way can I be known if I don't look for the issues that Kenyans allied to what I'm doing are facing, which in his case, it is music, artistry, so play Kenyan music.
Exactly. So do you think we don't play enough Kenyan content to that 75? You know, as per even the Communication Authority, 60% is supposed to be Kenyan content. Of every production, every media house, 60% should be Kenyan content. Do you think we are not even close to that threshold? I don't think we're even close to that. because
Really?
what we see on our TV is quite different. I tend to
Usi burn.
no, I'm talking generally.
Feel free, Mama. Feel free.
Yeah, I think we play a lot of things from outside,
Foreign content.
Foreign content, other than our own. When you compare us to Nigeria, I think Nigeria does that more. You know, they have like 75% of Nigerian content, so I don't think we really do that.
D. Ulikuwa umecounter hapo.
D is prepared for this.
No,
and especially considering D, you're also in the film and the art space.
Yeah. And you see, that's why I just want to say this. I think I can't quite remember the years per se, but I remember there was a time in this country where a lot of the content that would air on Kenyan TV were mostly Nigerian content, and that's why you'd find that in the hours between, especially 10 and around 12, and it's like medias were copying from each other. You would watch a lot of Nigerian movies and the likes, but I feel like slowly over time it is changing a bit. I mean, just come to our very own broadcasting house. Tuko na Kenyan movies ngapi hapa kwa hii nyumba? It's quite a number of them. So I feel like it got to a point where Kenyans complain a bit about that, and filmmakers, some musicians, content creators sort of upped their game. We might not be quite there yet, but to some extent, I feel like we are doing at least good enough. And this is why, to a slow extent, we are kidogo embracing playing and putting on air our own content, whether it's music, whether it's film, whatever it is. So maybe hatujafika pale kabisa, but compared to how it was maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, things are changing a bit.
Okay. Mike?
Now, I agree and disagree with Doreen.
Yeah.
I agree with the fact that TV, we've seen a shift in TV. We're seeing more content, more Kenyan content, especially with KBC Channel 1 TV. We've seen a lot of local content, promoting a lot of local talent. But now in terms of music,
hapo ndo kuna kizungumkuti.
Hapo ndo I think there's a missing link somewhere in terms of that shift that we're talking about right now. Vile TV imekuja, music haja follow suit. Na Doreen tu vile amesema tu saizi. Kuna vile we enjoy other countries' music, and what is the reason? Eric Omondi alikuwa anasema, since we're talking about Eric Omondi, alikuwa anasema probably we're not being creative enough. And let me quote Stephanie. Vile Stephanie alikuwa anasema hiyo ni sarakasi, hiyo ni cloud chasing. Eric Omondi alikuwa anasema sisi hatuna Hollywood enough to make us interesting enough to be, you know, to make people curious about the content we provide.
Yeah.
So that's something to think about.
All right. Now, at the same time, there's also been a conversation about, we are, of course, in the political space, and we have seen so many people just, you know, cast their hats, you know, Minata, I'm going to vie for this, I'm going to vie for that. And in this particular case concerning music, actually Eric Omondi did mention Jaguar and Jalango, right? Jaguar has already been there, Jalango is now moving to that direction. Akasema, by the way, I will support you guys. Lakini mkifika huko, mukose to return the favor when it comes to the artist and the entertainment industry as a whole. I will put up a petition to have you guys removed before this 5-year term ends. Na Jaguar akamwambia, by the way, si wasanii waninichagua, ni watu wa starehe.
Okay.
Nataka tuongelele story.
It's tricky.
And then also coming back to, remember the discussion just Stephanie was having just a little while ago. They actually said, what about Kenyan music when it comes to some of the content and tunayapkanga huko, quote unquote, dumb.
Yeah.
That was the actual word that an artist used to describe the kind of music that some of the artists are putting out there.
And okay, should I
go for it, ma'am?
You know, speaking of the music that artists put out here, we come later on to say that this content is bad, you know, the message, the language, but this is what we actually go for. You know, these are the songs that we give views to. So why would an artist come with clean content, good music, and they won't get views at the end of the day? So I think that's why artists go for this, you know, the kind of content that they go for.
You know, I was just giggling as Steph is talking about what she was saying, and I remembered Mubaba.
Mubabes.
And Steph is saying that this is the kind of content we want. You know, why would an artist create clean content yet we don't want to watch that? Why would an artist create a content that makes sense, that has message, yet we don't want to listen to that? So we want to listen to the likes of Mubaba, those things that we do not even see the meaning. But this one was in a trend.
Exactly. So is it a question of artists making music for social media as opposed to mainstream media? Because as a media house, we have guidelines to that we operate by. You know, we are guided by the Communication Authority. We have, as journalists, the Media Council of Kenya, we have rules that we abide to, and even in-house rules. So would you say also some artists are putting music without considering some things that media houses or the mainstream production houses could not go beyond?
Well, I don't know. I think it has gotten to a point where we are embracing technology a lot and social media therein. And so it looks like content creators no longer really care so much about mainstream with all the regulations, as long as I can create content that my audience likes. So if my audience likes the dirty content and you'll not play it on radio or put it on TV, I have YouTube. Exactly. I have social media, so I'll just put it there and my audience will get to watch it. So mtakana regulations zenyu, but I'll put it there. And this is why you get this, I feel like this is why you get there's like two different divides. We keep saying we want clean content. And most of those that talk about clean content is because they think about mainstream media, they think about radio. And those who would say, content near audience. Because audience ni wale watu wako pale YouTube, you know.
Okay, ni mafans waliniambia.
Yeah, ni mafans wanataka.
I give them what they want.
Tukifunga hii conversation, Mike.
Yeah.
Ninasikia ukitoa tu sauti hapo.
You know, I've been listening to Stephanie and Doreen talk about, you know, clean, dirty, but it's relative. I feel like it's relative because, like I said earlier,
relative to the artist or to the audience?
It's relative. Okay, here's the thing. First and foremost, music. No. Here's the thing though. Let's start from the beginning. Music is a numbers game. For instance, the biggest artist in East Africa, Diamond Platnumz. Why did you choose Diamond Platnumz? Because you either sell diamond or you sell Platinum, exactly. So it's a numbers game. So when you're looking at the numbers that are relevant these days, it's no longer the CDs that you sell, because no one is buying CDs anymore. It's the number of YouTube subscribers you have. So what is trending on social media is what will sell you as an artist. So that's why I'm saying it's relative. We want these guys to be successful. Why are we, you know, telling them be successful, but towards this limit? We can't do that to these artists.
But at what cost? Because when they give that content, you know, and they're successful, what are the children feeding from?
Now, Akothe said something.
That is another
To quote Madam Boss, Akothe said she is not, you know, your child's parent. Which I feel, okay, here's the thing. As a parent, we are obligated, actually it's our duty to make sure we have parental controls on our devices, on our TVs, on YouTube and all that. So let's not limit our Kenyan content, because internationally it's worse.
Yani in other words, Mike anasema, by the way, hiyo content tuko nayo. Kama ni mbaya, wewe tu toeka lakini kwa YouTube.
Sijasema kama ni mbaya, kama ni mzuri. Good. That's why I said it's relative. When I say good, it's not really the lyrics of your songs, it's the melody. That's the main thing I look for when I listen to music. I have no idea what French singers say, but I like Fally Ipupa, I like Hiro, I like Maud Elka. They sing French, but I have no idea what they say. So it's not necessarily about the lyrics. I think what Eric Omondi is saying in terms of good music, it's not the lyrics per se. Eka bidii, eka melody yenye nataka nikisikia hiyo muziki, I'll get up off my seat and dance. It's as simple as that.
You said it.
All right.
To each on their own.
I think, okay, let me not think. Also, you saw a few tweets that guys shared, of course, in regards to this story, because he was trending, man. Kuna moja hapa anasema ati, I just woke up from a dream and I'm telling you guys, Eric Omondi, in the near future, he's going to release a song, mixed Kijaluo and Kiswahili, supporting someone totally different with whom he has been beefing with. So, alafu akeka hashtag clout chasing. okay, this is again it's a drama going back, his racism. But so many people came out to support this move. We also did see John Kerry, the MP, coming to say, by the way, there's a bill that he's going to champion to just keep this conversation going to support the arts. All right, so keep using the hashtag Good Morning Kenya. We will be also sampling your thoughts. Now let's move on to the next story, okay?
Okay.
So we are living in a time where we are seeing the younger generation coming with their own versions of what they think is relevant to them. And one thing that this Gen Z has been really open about is gender fluidity, all right? Side note. Now, let me bring in this conversation about this particular couple. So, guy fell ill, was taken to hospital by the wife, was admitted. So wife amepiga raundi hivi 1212, coming back anapata mande makona kagaldem flani. Akiangalia hivi like this like that. Kumbe that's the side chick. So they get into a fight. And if you actually see that video, the husband who was admitted, he's even in that hospital gown, he's in between the two ladies. The wife ameshika nywele ya side chick sa anaivuta. So mande makapo, let the girl hair go, man. Let the girl hair go. Let the girl hair go. And this got me thinking. We see so many cases where guys take these conversations to the social media platform, wanatukanana, and you find in most cases, the one who started all that, ata haongelewi. In this particular case, the guy is the one breaking up this fight. The chick and the wife ndio wanapigana. Who is to take the blame here?
See, the man, of course.
Yeah, of course it's the man.
Kwanza mi hata nashindwa.
Why would the wife even attack the side chick?
Me, that's what I even want to say. I do not kwanza understand when you find your person. Kumbe akona kabutu. I do not know, I do not understand why as a woman you would lower your dignity and fight the other woman because of this man. I mean, it is the man who deliberately made a choice to have a side chick.
Yes.
So why are you attacking the side chick? Whether it is the side chick who approached him or vice, it doesn't matter. But by the time uko na yeye,
she came to hospital to visit him.
But for me, I think it's the side chick because that disrespect. How are you coming to see?
How dare you?
Yeah, how dare you?
So that's
someone's husband. As much as you're dating chini ya maji, you remain underwater if that's your game. But the fact that you're coming to the hospital to see this man and you know the wife is there and the family, it's so disrespectful. So I would understand
it must have
the
been
wife.
The guy who told her, by then niko hosisi skifiti, unaweza pitia like this, like that. All right? Thanks, babe.
But I don't know.
Usipiganie wa baba.
Mike. Mike,
I'm just here making some dad noises because okay, we don't fully understand the situation.
Yes.
When we say you know, that lady, she did not have a right to start fighting, she fully knew this guy had a wife.
Yes.
You know, so she made a choice to be in that situation, to be in that location at that particular time, knowing fully well the wife will come visit. So,
maybe alijua squeezy throuples exist.
Let me tell you, Mike, whether we know the story or not, you as the wife or you as the girlfriend, wanasemanga, how do they call it? The main person.
Side piece na main piece.
Do not fight the other woman. Just because, whether you will know or not know.
Doreen, let's be practical.
Let me tell you.
Hypothetically speaking, ukawajipata kwa situation kaya umeshikamana.
Akia nani, siwezi kupiga wa boy, siwezi kuchapa.
You won't know. Ako kasira.
Sasa mimi. Angalia, sasa mimi nijichukua hivi
mzima. Kale unasikianga kakipanda hapa kwa kifua, kanafika hapa na kanarudi.
Acha nikwambie, asira inanipanda yes, lakini siwezi pigana na wewe.
Unajua kuna vile asira.
Mimi nazisiza kupaswa wewe.
Hauwezi gauge asira. Kuna vile yeye kuja tu.
Let me tell you, Doreen.
Nothing. I cannot fight with you. No.
Okay. You're not saying that you're violent, but you know, you get to that point. Maybe this lady, the side chick, provoked her. You know, this is my husband. Probably my children are somewhere outside. You know, so you just. the anger inakufika hapa, you're like,
okay,
I've had enough.
In this situation,
Kwa hivyo Steph atapigana huyo mdemu.
I'm not saying I'll pigana, but just trying to justify the situation.
Mike.
Now, in terms of blame, I will blame the dude.
Yeah. You'll blame the dude?
I will blame the dude.
You will.
But let me tell you why I'm blaming the dude.
Oh,
I'm not blaming him for having another relationship. The other lady knows he has a wife. So I think they're adults, they're consenting adults. I'm blaming the dude because he should have called the side chick. Amwambie tafadhali, unajua ni nani atakuja kunitembelea. Usidhubutu hata kutoka kwa hiyo mlango.
Get you behind me.
Basa maybe alimwambia lakini ule pia kichwa ngumu tu asikiangi.
Akasema no, I have, you know, my love.
But I love you.
I hope to see you.
But me, let me tell you, as a woman, do not beat the other woman because of your husband or because of that boyfriend or fiance. Do not empower that man to that extent. If he's choosing to have the other person, he deliberately chose. It is his decision. You have no business beating, slapping, asijui. Kunadi wale uchukua contact of the other. Why do you do that?
Maybe you want to beat each other later on
kind
or
of
something.
things.
Maybe you know the man was in a bad position, so maybe she would have beat the man, but akatoa frustration kwa side chick now that she's there.
And actually, when you look at that video, utaona he's protecting the side chick. Anaambia wife yake, let the girl hair go. Ukiangalia hadi anachapa mkono ya wife. Wacha na nywele yake.
Okay, there's also this other situation. What are the laws of Jamaica in terms of having a second wife?
Actually, when you just read about that story, there's some comments that were shared down there. There are people saying that this is something that happens so much in that particular place. Okay. It is kawaida hata ukiona wakipigana ni kutoa video tu record wakimaliza muendelee na life.
Hakuna hata mtu akuja kukusaidia.
It's another day, okay, they're fighting. All right. They'll be done.
Director anatukatia time na vile tuko kwa story hapa. Sawa.
Udaku is sweet.
Director anasema time is saisa tutoke kwa hewa.
Moral of the story, never let them meet.
Moral of the story,
be wise.
Me, let me tell you, moral of the story, do not ever contact the other woman or beat them because of that man. Do not empower that man to that extent.
Okay. Yes. Ukienda kumtafuta utampata. Yeah. Mike, uko na parting shot?
I think Doreen said it all, but also that dude was silly.
All right. That's it. Tupatane tena next week.
Keep abreast of the developments live from the National Assembly and the Senate.
Honourable members of Parliament.
The questions.
When is the construction expected to commence?
The motions.
Beg to give notice of the following motion.
The debate.
Will as many as want to say aye?
The statements.
A statement on an issue of general topical concern.
The petitions.
Order number 4, petitions.
Stay tuned to KBC Channel 1 and Radio Taifa for live proceedings from both houses of Parliament from Tuesday to Thursday. Live, uncensored,